What is going on, YouTube? And welcome to OnlyCops. We are here live on our Tuesday stream, and I'm currently riding solo. I might have some other people pop in with me later, but I do want to welcome anyone and everyone. If you did come from our premiere where we watched Officer Bishop, our Bishop, messed up a lot of stuff, as well as Worst Junior and Worst Senior, who this is the first time I've had Officer Worst be better, I guess. But anyways, I'm happy to see everybody. Chris indeed did get first place, so it is good to see you. Christy C is in second, and Edgar Allan Poe got third. Notorious Emu. Oh, I have a promise to keep here. Hello, cat. Hello. You guys can say hi to my cat here for a second. Speaking of Cat Daddy, I have to add you as a moderator. And there you go. We have promoted Notorious Emu to being a mod because I told Shannon, my other mod, that I would. Welcome. And you got fourth place, and I will allow it for the 4 power rings that you do have here. Christy C is here. I said hi to you. Easy. Cody Smalls, it is good to see you. Sweeper, it is good to see you. Shawshank, Toastar, the Dan Hammer. He said, "What's up, ninjas?" The Tuesday stream, for you guys that are not familiar, are it's for like police adjacent stuff. We're gonna have a couple of things that I got from our Tuesday stream channel category. I have it. I'll explain where I got that from later. And then at the back end, I have a very cool thing. One of my Patreon subscribers does some really neat police work out in the other side of the pond in the UK, and he's going to give us some contextualized clips from there. So it'll be cool. I'll start that on the back end of the stream if you're interested in international policing and how it differs from policing done here. Garnt, it is good to see you. Brian Miner, Generic Nerd, Producer Juan. He said he's almost made it. He's like 10 minutes out. Frag is here. Squirtle is here. Tim Rohrbach, what is going on? Notorious Emu is saying hi to my cat. I gotta say, hello, Loki. It's good to see you. That's for a special person somewhere. Cat, leave me alone. Chris Taylor, John C, it is good to see you. Sergeant George, the Dan 62. We do have too many Dans. I agree. Millennial Cop, it's good to see you as well. Ivana, it is good. He said, I'm going to be back after bedtime. It was good to see you. Just pop in and say hi. If you have police-related questions. Sarah is here. It is good to see you. It's funny. It's just her name's different in our Discord group. And it's been confusing me because I keep thinking she's missing stuff, and she's definitely there. Chris Kaufman Jr., an OG of the channel. I think I said hi to everyone. Complain if I did not say hi to you, so I'll see your name and can say hi to you. Anyways, today we're going to be doing police adjacent stuff. I want to say hi to the 15,000 plus subscribers that we do have here on the channel. Thank you guys for helping it grow. The easiest way for it to continue to grow is for you to just subscribe to this content. It's absolutely free, and it gives you notifications every single time we go live, which we do twice a week, both on Tuesdays and then on Thursdays at 7:30 Central Standard Time, or when we do stuff like the premiere that we did, and it gives you just kind of a heads up that stuff's going to happen. If you want to participate more specifically, I guess, you can join either through YouTube itself. We have a membership program that starts at just $1 a month. That gives you direct access to our Discord where you can give us videos directly, which is pretty rad. And then we do cool stuff. We did a D&D session last night, which was a blast. Thank you to the people that got to participate in that. And then we also do game nights. We do after parties. It's fun. If you don't like YouTube and you want to go somewhere else, you can go to Patreon. We do have a Patreon account that as well starts at $1 a month, and that gives you direct access to Discord. I think I said everything. Hardy, it's good to see you. Yes, please indeed drop a like on the stream for your streamer. Sweeper is here. It is good to see you. Christian Halsey, it is good to see you. I think I said hi to everybody. Okay. We're going to start. If police training were honest, Honest Ads, police recruitment parody. Okay, shout out to Honest Ads. I'm interested to see this.
When it comes to serious subjects like police training, the police are a frequent subject in the media. Coverage often depends on political or even personal
Thank you for the
biases.
super chat.
And here, we're all about honesty. That's why we use Ground News to make sure we're getting our facts right. Ground News is a website and app.
An ad.
10 news
ad.
feed with
This
just
is still an ad.
stuff we showed you.
There we go.
Missing fun in your life? Wish you had a bunch of great people to just hang out with while pretending to do Army stuff, but more local, so you don't need to go overseas. I'm Chief Roger Horton of the Horton Police Department, and I want you to join our ranks, or at least sign up to be a correctional officer and work in an office with no windows in a corrupt and defunct criminal justice system that we unwittingly defend no matter what. And the
I probably shouldn't laugh as hard as I am. One, I love that his name is Officer, or like Chief Horton, and it's at the Horton Police. There's like a subtle thing of nepotism there that does kind of crack me up. They're getting a +1 so far. I do also think that culpable deniability over, what does this say? Equestrians equal criminals? This is weird. We got a lot of weird stuff going on back here. But I do find this funny. And yes, the criminal justice system is, I'm not going to say completely broken, but for the most part, very flawed.
The best part? There's no consequences. New cadets who pass a few tests and have no particular set of skills will drive new cars, get guns, and look great in cool uniforms. We hope to entice the best and the brightest. And by God, we need it. The FBI keeps stealing our best guys, and that's not saying much. Recruitment is...
As far as jobs are concerned, in general, and I've had now officially, as a 34-year-old man, I've been working since I was like 16. I've probably had like 20 jobs, like legitimate, most of which you could consider careers, right? Everything from personal training to being an assistant band director, all the way up to being a police officer, and now I'm a person on the internet. Policing was by far the most difficult job to apply for, mostly because there's a lot more like background checks, not only in the form of interviews, but also in the form of like criminal background checks, things of that nature. They check your credit score. There's very few jobs that'll check your credit score prior to becoming an employee there. Also, like the type of background checks you go through, like a lot of people, they think about background checks, they'll tie it to something like firearms ownership or something like that. They're just trying to see if you got arrested. The type of background checks, at least I was subjected to, I had 3 different police departments conduct background checks on me. They'll call, like, they'll say, like, who's people that you've dated in the last 10 years? So I have to give them, like, ex-girlfriends' phone numbers, right? And they'll call the ex-girlfriend and they'll ask random questions. Does he drink? Is he abusive? So on and so forth. But then they'll be like, do you know anybody else that knew Josh? And she'll give them her best friend's phone. And you go, yeah, my girlfriend knew him while we were dating. I'll give you their phone number. They called, I think, like 80 people or something wild like that for my background check. And so it's a lot more extensive than you're going to get in a lot of other professions. That being said, it can't catch everything. And then you have people that just don't have a lot of footprint as far as social media and stuff like that's concerned, or just have been a hobbits their whole lives. So there's stuff you can't catch. And then really where I think policing fails is you're going to take somebody that was a very good recruit and was a good person prior to being a cop and then shove them in a horrible environment with no support structure, and then they become bad people. I don't think that they're ever really recruiting bad individuals. I just think that there's people that cope very poorly with how stressful the job is, and that's how you end up with, air quotes, bad apples. On the other flip side, as far as skills, a lot of people do wash out because the type of skills you need for policing, very similar to the military, are very unique to that job, and there's not a lot of other places you can get that like experience outside of being like a criminal, basically. But yeah, It's complicated. I'll give him a little bit of pushback on this, but everything else is pretty accurate.
Is down, and resignations and retirement are up about 50%. Over 500 precincts in small-town America have dissolved their police forces since 1972. And I get it. Our reputation has been in the shitter ever since that Officer Krupke song was written. But don't let a few bad apples spoil the lot. Just because...
To pass background check, make sure your ex is your baby mom. So, you know what? I'll bless it, Squirtle. I'm going to say yes. Polygraph was definitely the most physically uncomfortable. I had to take 2 polygraphs. One for one department and another one for another one that I applied for. And yeah, both were very uncomfortable. The polygraphs are weird. Especially like a professionally administered polygraph. Those are weird. We also take psych evals. I'm surprised at how many jobs don't make you take psych evals. Because it's not an expensive test. I think the psychiatric evaluation costs like maybe $160. But like, shouldn't 18-wheeler drivers maybe take psych evals? Like, they're driving basically tanks on the highway, and if they're argumentative or problematic, they can kill people, or if they're irresponsible or whatever. I think more people should take psych evaluations. I think you'd learn something about yourself. Also, like, it's weird when you talk about accountability, and it's funny they make the complaint about it. I think it's like, I'd give it like 70-30. So 70% of police officers, 100% do not experience enough level of accountability. It's going to be small town cops, deputies, underneath sheriffs that are elected positions, and then in like really enormous police departments, somewhere like LAPD or NYPD, where they have like pretty big unions where like you can screw up a lot, but you're protected under your collective bargaining agreement as a union that you don't get fired even when misconduct. Like, it starts off relatively innocent. Like, you'll lie about an overtime sheet, you'll cut a corner in a police report, and then eventually it'll elevate to like really bad misconduct that's now affecting citizens and work environment and all that other kind of stuff. You get to like criminal levels of misconduct. I think on both sides of that fence, there's definitely a lack of accountability. It's somewhere there in the middle where you have like high visibility areas. So like where I worked in DFW, I was very high visibility. The news caught everything and talked about everything. We all had body cams. Everything was Freedom of Information Act, requestable. And so there was no hiding. We would give people the phone number to complain about us with our name and badge number and report number every single time we interacted with people. And people got fired for that stuff. People got written up. There was high accountability, and we also did better. We stayed out of the news despite how big of a police department we were. But that was done through policy. And there was programmatic changes done to policing to ensure that there was less, if not no, misconduct for the most part. That being said, most police departments do fall well under that. Like, it's pretty wild. But anyways.
Because Krupke was an abusive husband doesn't mean that his aggression influences his policing, except when he hit that gang of dancing children over the head with a nightstick. Somewhere between that and the Rodney King riots, we became public enemy number 1. We know confidence in police has fallen drastically in America. But who are you going to call when your neighbor keeps ding-dong ditching your house in the middle of the night if there are no cops? The Blue Man Group ain't going to help you.
I also like that his lapel is kind of messed up. And he has no badge, which is kind of weird. I wonder if this is maybe like a legal issue on why they couldn't just give him a badge. It says police, but maybe if they complete the outfit, there's maybe some like legal issues they were trying to avoid. I think it's hilarious.
With those paint drums. So back the blue. Okay, so you got the job. Now's the part where you put your life on the line every day. Well, sort of. Could you get hurt while on duty? You sure can. Being a cop is about 4 times more dangerous than the average job in America. But you're still less likely to die on the job than taxi drivers, maintenance workers, garbage men, and pilots. See? It's so safe. Join the force. We've done...
To push back a bit on the job being... let me see when this was made. I can't hold them accountable. This was released 9 days ago. Wow. This is relatively soon. I technically I think like garbage men. I think also like power line workers, which are actual heroes. Like I'm not going to disparage that job at all. In a lot of these instances where you're dying on at work, or there's maybe like more of you or less of you that are having to do a dangerous job. I hate statistics, oftentimes because they are often misused to try to just simply have a talking point, right? Like 1 in every 10 doctors or whatever. You have statistics like that that are kind of valueless. They're just used as like a marketing ploy. In this specific instance, the reason why you die on duty is typically really stupid. And I think that's the frustrating and kind of heartbreaking part of it. We just had 2 officers die in Dallas this past week, and it's over just somebody being upset. It's not like a mistake. This is not like misconduct. This isn't you touching a power line when you weren't supposed to. This was just somebody being angry and deciding to murder you because of the job that you have. And they can call a number and get you to show up to get you to get hurt. So I hate when they bring that up, because you would never do that to soldiers, right, who are dying for our country. And again, there's some political complications on even dying in service of like why it is. Is it in a training exercise? Are you in a like high risk operation where we're going into someone else's country and doing stuff? Like, it's all very complicated, but it's like really disrespectful, especially to the families who have lost people, when people bring up deaths on duty. Like, it's just really distasteful. There's a lot of other low-hanging fruit that are good, valid, legitimate reasons you should be critiquing policing. I do it all the time here on these lives. But that's incredibly, like, distasteful. That's the best way I can kind of put it. Like I said, you wouldn't sit there, and you shouldn't at least, make the same criticisms of the poor that often die in really unfortunate sets of circumstances. Or, again, you have like youths, like young men are more likely to go and harm themselves. And I don't know. It's just a crappy statistic to bring up. And I'm always kind of grossed out when people do that. Juan moved my thing, so hold on. I'm going to fix this for Juan so that y'all can see him. And Juan exists now.
Yay.
Shout out to making it, dog.
I'm only 18 minutes late. Yeah, dude.
That's actually not bad. My poops have made us more late before.
I was impressed with how fast I got home. I gave my Uber driver a great tip.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Somebody's grilling today.
Grilling?
You can improve anything with statistics, Sir Humphrey Appleby. Yes, Prime Minister. You can prove anything with statistics. Yeah, I took it was research methods was the class that I took when I was in college. It was a great class.
It's one of the best classes that should be required for everyone.
I think I should take it in high school, to be honest, or middle school. Yeah. Because there's some math like you have to be able to get over. So like you'll have to get into at least like algebra, like relatively advanced algebra. But you don't need trigonometry. You don't need like most of that stuff.
Yeah, honestly, like 7th grade algebra, you can probably get away with.
Yeah, I mean even like regulars level, because you're getting into like longer form division, percentages, and like conversions. So anyways, in the very first day in the class, it was funny because they did this exercise, and they said how many people are having a good day. And it's syllabus day, so like kind of everybody for the most part, whatever. But they raised their hand. And for mine, I think it was like most of us said that we were having a good day, right? And they said, so today's a good day. According to math, today's a good day. And we all kind of looked at each other like, and he's like, well, how do you feel as the people that voted that they weren't having a good day, that I'm invalidating your life experience with a statistic? It's a number. This is unarguable, unfeeling, unthinking, unbiased math. And we had it was a great way to start a class. He's a really good teacher or professor. They're in college. They're professors there. They'll get upset if they ever see this. But it was
They're doctors.
Yeah, and he pulled up his and then he had a master's degree, not a doctorate's degree.
Oh, okay.
This is not a doctor, but my professor.
That's why he was teaching the freshmen.
Exactly. This was a sophomore level class. It was a sophomore junior level class.
Like a TA that you had to do it, or was it the actual?
No, it was the lecture. It was the actual lecture.
Oh, okay.
So it was the bigger lecture as opposed to the TA. Because
the one I had for research methods was really good. He was one of the heads of the department, but like a couple of the other ones I had, like, one I had for like just the statistics class I took was a TA.
Yeah, it's like a big
It
waste
was
of
like the
time.
professor was gone the entire year, and they just had their little TA doing everything. Dude was like a transfer. He was on a visa. You couldn't understand a damn thing he said. It was fun.
Yeah, but the
Luckily, it was math. So
yeah, at least it was
you
math.
just need to see the math. Yeah, you just need to see the numbers.
But it was a really interesting exercise, and I'd never really thought about it before. And it's kind of the point of academics is to try to contextualize. It's the part of what we're doing here, right? Is to kind of contextualize this because it's very easy to make a joke or a political talking point or to like validate my feelings on something with statistics, right? And then make it feel a lot more scientific than it actually is. And I think they're more weaponized than as opposed to just evaluated, because statistics should either validate or invalidate your thoughts or your theories on things, and then you really should be digging into like how they got to that number, right? And then whether or not that number is good enough to dictate how I want to feel or what I might do to change whatever it is that I'm measuring.
Yeah. Does it actually mean anything in the context of what I'm looking at, or is it like?
Like literally at this point in time, like 99.9% of the time, I don't need a seatbelt. So I think it should not be illegal to not wear a seatbelt, right? Like, because the vast majority of the time, it doesn't affect.
Hey, more sober drivers get into accidents than drunk drivers.
Exactly.
We should be stopping. Everybody should be driving drunk.
Well, we're gonna make a whole bit about this. I'm getting a hard to
Yeah.
paint, but that's I hate it when they'll do this because it's like, well, you're intentionally trying to bias or use biasing language and say that, well, I have a statistic that proves it, one statistic that proves it in one study, so it's got to be accurate. And I hate
Now,
that.
if they say a statistic proves anything, they're already wrong.
Yeah, agreed.
Our best to clean up the force. Even when we fail our officers who fail to follow written policies and procedures, violate the law, and forge police reports. Oh, and by law, we're often not required to help you even if you're being stabbed on the subway, like Joseph Lozito, who in
they got
2011
receipts.
was stabbed on the subway while some of the NYPD just sort of watched. And when he sued the city, we got off scot-free. Legal.
This was a very valid complaint. I do think that the duty to intervene is not applied enough, where it's like, yo, dog, and you can look at Uvalde, and actually they are getting prosecuted for that. So shout out to them for holding people accountable. What makes me mad is you can look at the situation where, like in Sandy Hook, you had a very like almost identical set of circumstances. Yeah, the guy got off easy. And they were like, what a victory. This guy's not suffering consequences for fail. Like literally identical circumstances and clearly like a very different application of this theory of having a duty to intervene. Like I am perfectly okay with maintaining the level of qualified immunity we have now, as long as you're applying the duty to intervene when you have something that comes up. There's a level of reasonableness there, and this is kind of where the jury of your peers and arguments happen in the court of law. But like, you can't have qualified immunity if you don't have a duty to intervene, like in general. And you do in most instances. Like this is criminal. A dereliction of duty is more of a like misconduct thing than it is a criminal thing, but it can be. But he brings up a very good point. I'm actually 100% okay with this criticism.
Dan H. Ortiz says in England there is a duty to aid, which is, I think, yeah.
I prefer the language in that though.
Legally, yeah. I feel like that's
a good.
Because like you could also intervene by helping them stab the guy.
That's true. That's true. No, get him. No. Yeah.
Intervene.
Yeah. Let's make sure the stabbing
I
occurs.
chose my side. Yeah.
Squirtle, 9 out of 10 dentists recommend. Dude, no kidding.
The police have no obligation to help you.
What does that dentist know?
I will say this: the one thing I don't like about that specific statistic is its leverage for like the most heinous, like justifications for personal conduct, like ever. The cops don't have to help you. Like you should just, I don't know. I have very strong feelings on that. And I was like, you're right. And I'm not saying you're not right, but like, be very careful with who you're telling that, because a rational adult. Yeah.
Okay. So and I'm not super familiar. I've heard of the court case, but I haven't like looked into it. So is the duty to intervene, is that like a state law thing? Is that going to be a
So it's part of the
policy
oath.
thing?
It's part of the oath you take, right? So it's like
Yeah.
if I'm on viewing something, it's like a shall arrest incident, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I, even though it's a misdemeanor that didn't happen in my presence, and technically, legally speaking, if a misdemeanor happens outside of my presence, I cannot arrest for it.
Mm-hmm.
Period. I can investigate it all I want and do my due diligence and write the report, but typically that'll always, especially if it's like higher than a Class C, if it's like a Class A or a Class B, most of the time I don't have the authority right then and there to arrest somebody. All I can do is look into it. But in a domestic, it's different, and it is literally considered dereliction of duty. You could lose your job, you could lose your license if I fail to intervene in that state, unless I got approval from somebody above me. And even then, that whole chain of command might get punished. Like if the lieutenant said I could do it and the sergeant didn't check it and I didn't check it and this lady dies, we might all lose our jobs, right? And potentially look at like criminal negligence or something like that. Like I didn't mean to get you hurt, but it could. It's incredibly rare that that happens, but there is legal precedence that it can. That's kind of why it's a very big gray area. And to a certain extent, it probably should stay gray. Only because like I don't like hard and fast rules with some of that stuff. I'd rather allow a jury of peers to look at the actions and decide whether it's reasonable or not. I don't like, though, for the agency themselves to investigate whether it's reasonable or rational. Allow the public to do it. But they need to be able to do that like in an insulated area where there's not a bunch of jackasses trying to bias their perspective with statistics and all this stuff. It's complicated. Mm-hmm. You know why all this stuff sucks? Because you suck. Collectively. Yeah. Like, go. Well, I suck. Yeah, you suck. Producer Juan sucks. That's why all this stuff sucks. We're people.
You're getting stabbed. This job really does come with an insane amount of immunity. Even when
we need to get you that outfit, Josh.
What?
We need to get you that outfit so that we get more views.
Oh, this outfit?
Yeah.
I will not wear a costume. That is. I
did notice when I put the little fake AI like police hat and shirt on you.
Oh, I bet it performs.
It performed a little bit better.
I bet it performs.
Huge, but it was definitely performed better. So, I'm going to get you. I'm going to Party City this Halloween and
go get a total costume.
Yep.
Leave Joe bleeding on the ground. We spend so much on legal fees and gear that I'm forced to sit here and take care of your training. So let me tell you what it's like to approach a vehicle. License and registration, please. Approaching a vehicle can be a bit stressful.
This is a violation of the step and step approach, so I guess this would be considered not what's taught.
You gotta breaking the the plane? What's the plane?
Yeah, this is actually a search. This is an illegal search too.
Yeah.
So the plane here is going to be anything that's in the exterior. So that even though you've rolled down your window, right? The plane that you're breaking is inside of that window. It's the same thing as like entering a structure. Castle doctrine dictates that your car is treated just like your house. And there's a reasonable expectation of privacy in that car because you own it and it is effectively acts like a domicile. You guys can Google most of that. But his hand entering that car is indeed a search. And without like probable cause for said search, this would be a big no-no. Also, not stating your authority, given that he's not wearing a badge. A lot of this other stuff that would make me think he's a police officer is also a big no-no. And even from a tactic standpoint, he's standing like clean in this A zone.
Like zero tools on his belt? Yeah.
It's not good.
You don't know who you're pulling over, and as such, you might get freaked out. We'll have you ride along with a more experienced officer once or twice, but one day you'll be on your own and you might even realize that there's something fishy going on in the car. But you won't know what to do except call for backup and arrest the guy even if you don't have the best reason to do so.
Actually, no. That's how lawsuits happen and are won. A lot, actually, especially in the day and age of like auditors happening now where they're like intentionally creating the circumstances to win. I guarantee you cities lose more now than in the last 100 years prior to now, right? Like in the last 10 years, cities have probably paid out, I mean, in the figure of millions, like not a couple grand, like millions of dollars on lawsuits either that are found by attorneys or specifically fought on by the individual that's being subject to misconduct. What he described is actually illegal and is actually prosecuted a lot.
Highway patrol is a big part of our job for some reason. I mean, it costs the taxpayers only.
Not as a police officer, maybe as a state agency or deputy, but highway patrol's not a.
I think he's thinking of just like giving tickets.
Yeah,
Like,
maybe.
$68 to $400 million. So we might as well have a heck of a lot of fun pulling you over for no reason, fishing for a ticket. We got quotas after all. Don't get all frustrated.
Quotas are expressly prohibited. I'm not saying they don't exist, because I've seen things that make me believe they exist. However, expressly, I think it's federal law.
listen,
You're not
there is
allowed to
no
have
quota. We're just gonna punish you for not reaching an arbitrary number that we
Yeah.
did not tell you about.
Yeah, exactly.
You're just not doing enough.
So the way that our command staff would dictate this is they would take an average, right? This was actually relatively fair, and they would say the average officer who's working the exact same shift in the same area as you are, because every area is also a little different because there's like different population densities and whatever. But the average officer in our department with our GOs is doing, let's say they go across the board and the average is like 3 a day. And you're at like 1 a day, and then there's like an officer at like 8 a day. Well, the officer at 8 a day is no one's going to talk to. The officer at like 3 a day, they're going to be like, you're doing great, but like just know that you're very average, and there's an unlikely reason that you would ever get promoted or treated differently or whatever. But the officer at 1 a day would be told that they're being lazy. And that could be accurate. I used to get pissed off because I was one of those officers that was like the 1 a day kind of guys, but I would point at the amount of calls I worked. I was like, well, they're harassing teenagers. I'm arresting felons that are like beating up their wives and shooting each other. And like, I'm fighting what I believe is crime. No one ever accused me of, why aren't you stopping crime? Because I was already doing that. So
We need to make a Batman skit of like just Batman harassing teenagers and like coming up to dudes on a bench and being like, "You sleeping here?"
Yeah, exactly. It'd totally be a thing. However,
Yeah.
like in general, like it's actually, I don't remember if it's federal. It's 100% at the state level that they cannot create quotas.
Batman versus auditors. Oh my god.
I would be kind of top tier.
When
That'd be
someone
amazing.
tries to pull some crap on you. We've become so heavily untrustworthy that we're all wearing body cams now, a requirement that we find so overwhelmingly restrictive that we might even remain patient with you for an extra 5 minutes before pinning you to the hood of your car. Okay, I can't just pull you out of the vehicle or search your car for...
You can pull them out of the vehicle, actually. Body cam hesitancy, I definitely think is a thing. I actually really liked body cams. I was the first police officer in, or I guess my academy class was the first academy class to have body cams for their whole career. So I came out of academy with one where everyone prior to that had to get it once they were already in the street. And I had no issue with it. I actually thought it protected me more from people making false claims. That totally happened a whole lot. Rather than it was like a risk of catching police. We just mentioned this in the premiere for the Last Officers React we did. It was like, no one ever had to tell me, hey, make sure you're doing a good job today. Because I was like, well, me not doing a good job means me doing something illegal. So like, there's no... That's kind of like asking like a doctor, make sure you're doing a good job. You mean like giving someone the correct medication? Because like the consequences of that are bad. Like a mechanic can't just like half-ass it and not get in trouble. Like your car's gonna get destroyed or whatever.
But they do.
But they do.
No, you just fix one thing and you break the other one.
Exactly.
And then you come back in 2 months.
Yeah.
for no reason. But you're visibly under the influence, have an open container, or in some states, just looking freaking suspicious. I can pat you down like a drum. You're
Actually, the legal qualification for a pat down or a frisk is going to be that they believe that you are armed in some way, shape, or form. That's the only justification, really.
Also, he's like, if you're visibly drunk, I can investigate that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
That's called reasonable articulable suspicion. Specifically, open container is a funny one Because the open container in and of itself is an offense. You could not be drunk. Like I could have watched you crack that thing open and take a sip.
Like Cocaine Boy last week.
Exactly like Cocaine Boy last week.
Free my boy. He was just gonna have a good time.
He's just having a good time.
Ruin his night. He's gonna have a hell of a good time.
And you'll notice he didn't go for DWI because they couldn't prove that, but they could prove everything else. But and he also consented to search like an idiot.
Ask him to roll down his window, which he was stupid enough to consent.
He was dumb.
Your body, my choice. If you're not out there, you're in here doing butt tons of paperwork.
Yes.
In fact, the paperwork is one of our favorite things to complain about.
Agreed.
Gave someone a ticket, paperwork. Came across an incident and made an arrest, more paperwork. Spilled your coffee on your uniform and now it's completely ruined and your spouse refuses to help you get the stains out because you're the reason they call cops pigs. Even more paperwork.
Yes.
We spend at least 3 hours a shift filling out paperwork by hand.
He said 3 hours? It's like 8. If you're only doing 3 hours of paperwork, you're not policing. Let me run you down a call, right? Let's make this one easy. Let's make this a layup, right? So there's let's say there's a commercial alarm, right? This could be nothing or like an active burglary in progress, right? So I'll show up. Let's say there's a car at the scene. I'm going to put that car's license plate in call text. That's paperwork. It has to be accurate. That's paperwork. There's going to be a return on that plate, and I'm going to probably look it up later. I then have to search the building. Very cool guy stuff. We get the guns out. We start yelling like, hey, it's the police. I go search. I find a guy in there, right? So now the guy runs. Well, I played myself since I'm pointing a gun at this guy already. Here's more paperwork.
Use of force.
Guy runs, jumps. We get into some kind of tussle. I cut my arm doing it. That's more paperwork.
Report, yeah.
He is really sweaty, decides to spit on me, and now it's an exposure report. And then we finally get him tackled to the ground. We get him handcuffed or whatever. And then as we're taking him to the hospital or to the car, he now needs to go to the hospital because whatever, he got injured. More paperwork. Once he's finally in custody, I will have to do both the criminal side of the report. I'll have to document everything he's taken, which is a property report, which is a different affidavit. I will then have to compile the property affidavit, tie that to the call text, then tie it to the individual. I now have to look up his name. Let's say he doesn't give me his name. Now I have to look it up. It's more paperwork. Like that call that, let's say the action aspect of it was like 10 minutes tops, right? That's at least 3 hours of paperwork by itself, right? Let's say I'm fast and it's like an hour and a half. Well, if I'm able to do that paperwork in an hour and a half, that doesn't include jail workout paperwork, that doesn't include everything else, and then there's all the other medical stuff, I can still go back out into patrol, right? That's the beginning of my shift. And then a domestic comes out. Well, it wasn't just a domestic, it was a domestic with strangulation. And now there's an EPO for a protective order that I have to go fill out. And then the kid shouldn't be there, so now I'm talking to CPS, and that's more paperwork I have to, like, it's 3 hours is an adorable estimation. Unless you're just not working. I could see this in a small town where maybe, like, you're not doing anything, right? Like, because a traffic stop's fast. Like a traffic stop, you could knock out a traffic stop in 10 minutes tops. That's like I'm having to make sure the car's not stolen because the license plate's covered up, and I'm having to now wait for the return, and the person's kind of weird, and they have a weird return on their name, so I'm trying to figure out what their warrant's for, if they have one, like, and I'm issuing citations. Like, that doesn't take very long.
Gotta wait for the K9, do the free air sniff.
Oh, that. Don't get me started. Now that pisses me off. That's different. But, like, let's say 3 hours is an average. I'll take it. But that's 3 hours of actually working versus what most people do in desk jobs, which is not work for the whole day. Maybe
So
work.
do you have to do the paperwork right after the call, or can you like wait for the end of your shift and then do it all, or how does that work?
So here's it's policy that's going to dictate that. But I'll give you a fun example of what happened to me a lot. When I was a rookie, let's say the arrest happened, but my inmate's already put up, and I'm sitting in the back parking lot of the station doing my report, right? Well, if a call came out in my beat, and I didn't want to seem like a lazy person, I could hold that call and go work another one. And then let's say it's a crash. When I have a crash report, that's like a minimum of like an hour. I still have to finish my domestic assault arrest paperwork, but I'm going to hold it for the rest of shift. I can't, for us, we could not leave shift without finishing any and everything that had to pertain to that day. Most of my overtime was finishing paperwork because I would stack like 3. And it sucked because, like, dude, you lose like your notepad, it was going to be a bad day. It was like a whole thing. And then I'm having to like watch my body camera footage to figure out, like, to piece together my notes. It happened more than once because I'm writing legally binding paperwork, right? But yeah, like, you could stack it. I know that back in the day they could dictate reports, so they would like call like a call center, and somebody would type it out for them. They would just tell it to a lady. I didn't have that benefit. I had to handwrite all my stuff. It sucked. Worse on like a DWI where you have to like write a warrant, more paperwork. Those had to be handwritten and like fill it out, fax it to the judge. The judge would always find something to like, I don't like the way this is articulated, or I don't like whatever, clarify this point. And you're like, oh my God. Plus, there was one judge in Tarrant County that was an absolute G. Do love that guy. I was very suspicious that he wasn't reading these things, and that's a shame on him for that, but it was nice when his name was on the other side of it. What is handwritten or typed?
Was it handwritten or typed?
Both.
Was
I had to do both. The warrants were always handwritten. Always handwritten. The reports were typed.
And which, to be honest, isn't the easiest to fill out in the first place. Bureaucracy is a bitch.
Agreed.
And as part of the executive branch of the government, we're here to enforce the laws to the best of our ability, even when we don't really know what that means. Come on, we're not lawyers, buddy. This job is basically somewhere between formality and practicality. It does feel kind of stupid that there isn't an agency that could just do low-level, non-criminal incident reporting and communication. But alas, we're the best you got. Join
Agreed.
the force. It's about time.
I know that stock footage.
Yeah.
I have that. I have that downloaded.
Oh yeah.
Take a trip down to the municipal poll and see what mischief the teens are getting into tonight. I've been Chief Horton. God help us all.
We'll agree. I think you'd be surprised. In most things, everyone from everything down to how your coffee is made in the morning by some barista somewhere, all the way up to like your heart surgeon, that's like saving your life when you're 75. There's people doing all of that. And those people were likely dumb at one point in their time, if not are
That's
actually
scary.
dumb. Dude, airport staff? Bro. The fact that we don't have more planes that fall out of the sky is incredible. That's what brings me belief in God there. I will give I'm going to do like a 5 out of 10. For accuracy, but a 9 out of 10 for laughs. Thumbs up. Oh, I clicked a thing. Comment. On to the next one. This guy. This guy's so hit or miss sometimes.
Yeah.
It's such a mixed bag with him. Sarah, yep, long night coming. What do you mean?
They're complaining that we took an hour to finish that 10-minute video.
Hey man, I'm working at it, okay?
There was a lot of stuff to cover.
There was a lot to get into, okay?
Y'all wanted us to get into statistics and mathematics.
To
Not our fault.
be fair, who picked these videos? Sarah. You guys have choice.
Had sent, I had sent
Millennial.
like 20 super short, nice Instagram ones that were just funny cop shit.
Exactly.
And instead, they want the
They're all complaining. Is this John Wick in the back?
Yeah.
looks
Well,
like
yeah.
John
It looks
Wick.
like Keanu Reeves is like King Alexander or something.
You need to know when dealing with the cops. Number one, they don't care. Hello?
We have a warrant for your arrest. You have the right to...
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, this is a huge misunderstanding. I'm sure if you'll let me explain...
Dude, I'm doing what the paper says. Tell it to the judge. Don't plead your case to the cop executing the warrant.
Agreed.
It's your lawyer's job
Yeah,
to defend
shut
you,
your mouth.
not his.
So the "we don't care" part was a little inflammatory, but he is correct. Don't talk to the cops. Talk to your lawyer.
Taking you in, buddy.
Wait,
Yeah, care only because he's about to incriminate
the case
the
is
hell out of
dropped.
Who do I
himself.
look like? Mariska Hargitay? You watch too much Law and Order, kid.
What?
Number 2, if the police don't advise you of your rights, that doesn't mean you're off the hook. It just means that they likely can't use your responses to their later questions against you in court. If they have other evidence to convict, they'll just use that instead.
Do you understand these rights? I've read them all. Dude, this is not a good look for you.
What do you mean? I'm remaining silent.
That's not how it works, buddy.
But you said I had the right to remain silent.
I've actually never seen this play out IRL. Like this whole idea that like they just chose not to say anything. I found it very relieving, to be honest. I was like, oh, cool. I don't have to parse through like your really dumb story, because I just have to write out what their story was. It was super annoying. So they'd be like, and then he said so and so, and then he said so and so, and then he made up this whole BS, and I couldn't substantiate any of it. But I haven't seen this play out.
Number 3, if you want to remain silent, you have to say so. Like I invoke the 5th. If you don't vocalize it, they may even be able to use your silence against you. 3 things you need to...
I don't know about that. He said may, so I'll give him a pass on that.
There's specific instances where that is applicable, but they're rare. But also, I will say that he's kind of bearing the lead in the fact because he's a lawyer, that the fact that like it's the lawyers that are going to do that to you. The cops are just going to take you to jail, and then it's up to a prosecutor to do all of the things that he's talking about.
Now, I tell you what,
So like, bro, prosecutors get away with,
prosecutors are cancer, dog. Like,
and they don't take any of the heat for any of that stuff.
heinous. DAs, like district attorneys, the prosecutor's office, and some of them are wonderful, and they're doing the Lord's work, and they're making sure that we're holding people accountable or whatever. But there's some of them that are out there doing they're like re-victimizing victims and shit. Like, bro, I've seen some
Imagine
bad stuff.
choosing to prosecute that Karen Reed case as like a professional prosecutor with that evidence. Like,
I don't know. It's gross. We'll keep going.
Have a good day, man.
Is that your plug?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Is that your plug?
Fucking with me?
No.
Who are you?
Like an outlet, like a plug outlet.
Who are you?
My name's Dom.
What are you doing here?
Just hanging out. Just exploring, just
What are they
documenting.
doing?
I don't know. They look like. Is this like a PR event?
What's weird is she's wearing, this looks like Baltimore, maybe. Mm-hmm. But she's wearing a patch, but no gun and badge and nothing else. This is very weird. Like, they're very dressed down to be acting at some level of official opacity. And
I
he's
swear,
got
like,
bars.
Yeah. He's also not behaving like you'd expect somebody with the seal's like a skit.
It feels like a skit.
Is it kind of,
Why?
am I wrong?
Yes, because I'm just geek.
Oh, I'm glad I'm wrong.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't do anything that would try to make you upset. I'm not that type of guy.
You seem to be.
Are they like
just a
unarmed
civilian.
security?
I'm just getting that wrong.
Nah,
Maybe.
Nah. I'm not that type of guy.
All right, good.
I'm just getting some shade. Just some shade. Am I saying anything?
Oh, no. I mean, that was a police officer right next to him.
You're being it.
Why?
This is weird. Oh, hey, there's his gun. You can see his gun under his polo on the left side.
You're welcome to be one.
Yeah.
You got, not admitting it is kind of fucked up.
You think like if there was like a questionnaire, 10 people, they all watch this situation, they'd say,
100%, yes. 10 out of 10.
I don't know what that was
His
about.
name is Dom the Troll. So yeah, he is being a silly guy.
Probably. Sticking with the short ones for the goldfish. Answer Church. You know what? I got bit by an
Subway Surfers under it.
He said put Subway Surfers under it. That is the meta.
Maintained.
That is the meta.
Yeah.
Taking the police bike. That seems like a terrible idea.
You let people ride it? Oh, for real? I can ride that? Not right now, seriously. That's crazy. Oh, your bike nice too. I like yours too. He about to let me ride his bike, y'all, like dead ass. The police, no, the police. I feel like I'm about to go to jail. I don't think he's serious. Which way are we going?
Entrapment.
Which way are we going? This way? That's crazy. All right, follow behind this truck. All right, here we go. All right, this seat ain't too hard. Y'all ready? We good? Just don't hit the siren. Where is that? Where the siren at?
Just don't fall off. You're gonna hit it. Don't.
No, all right. Oh, damn. How you do this? This wheel's so wobbly. Oh, yeah. Oh, he turned the lights off. I see why. So people don't think I'm pulling them over. This is like riding a bike.
This is the most bizarre thing I've ever seen.
Can I pick girls? Nah. Can I pick girls up on this?
I mean, I can't stop you.
Damn.
That's funny.
That was the most
On May
bizarre.
5th, 2023.
That's weird. Do bike cops keep anything important on their bikes, or is it just on their
I think it's
person?
like a ticket writer and all that kind of stuff. Like they probably have. I mean, it's city property. Like
Yeah.
it's kind of. They're not gonna keep like a rifle or anything on them, but that's hilarious to me. But yeah, probably not a good idea to let a random person like take your bike. But I don't know.
But also, like, if it's just a ticket writer, what are they gonna do?
Yeah, well, and also like there's other cops over there. I mean, if he decided to be dumb, they at least had it there. Are cops allowed to do that? I mean, technically, I'm sure there was a GO written after that. If it wasn't against policy, that it became against policy after this video went live. He was too tired to care, probably.
Unless it was a PR play by the department.
I want to see rifles on bikes now. I just don't know where, dude. I'm with Shannon though. I could see community relations being a thing.
You get one of those little wagons that you tug behind it.
I'd want like a
Put your rifle in
sidecar.
that.
That's what I'd want.
Could you do that with a bicycle?
Yeah, I think probably. I don't see why not. If it worked with a motorcycle.
I've never seen one. Well, yeah, a motorcycle because it can.
Oh, it's a motor. You're not having to pedal.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Anyways, we vlogging. Firecrackers! Firecrackers!
No.
No. Not firecrackers. Oh my god.
Firecrackers! Fireworks!
Dude.
Girl in the car knows it's not fireworks. South Dallas activities.
That is definitely South Dallas activities. When you hear like the whiz and the crack of like a projectile, that is not fireworks. I'm not saying like fireworks can't sound like guns,
It's
but
also pretty close.
yeah, dude, like
Real close. If your phone's picking it up,
that's what I'm saying, dog. Like
that's pretty close.
anyways, the
She's over
funny
here, drunken Leo in the Matrix, just like
bro, she's on some shit.
bullets whizzing by.
She was that's wild. Let's see what this is.
Cameraman never dies.
Me the Midwest.
I've already explained to y'all why this ain't gonna happen, but in the off chance that it does, I can promise you that it will not be because of a snowball. It was because of a carefully coordinated series of events that I will now tell you about. So pay attention because I'm only gonna do this once. First thing you're gonna want to do is install traffic circles, as many as you can.
To beat the South? 100%. The fatality rate would quadruple if we had traffic circles. You imagine people taking a traffic circle at like 70?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this would be, you know what? Mr. Carhart here is tracking so far.
And down here, it's not going to stop us, but it will slow us down considerably because we ain't got a clue what we're doing with them. Step 2, shut down all
We have the
Waffle
one-lane
Houses,
ones
because
that I've
then
seen around here.
Where are we going to go to train for battle? Step 3, give Florida its meds because then we just become a lot more predictable, but also the news at night gets a lot less interesting. Step 4, take control of all the Dollar Generals. If you
You know what? If Dollar General was a psyop, you got places everywhere, dog. Like outside of CVS and maybe like Starbucks, like there's like $3 Dollar Generals in every town in the South.
Well, they've taken over basically every rural town in America. They just are the grocery store.
They are the grocery store. That's wild.
you do that, you will have us surrounded. Last step, launch your attack on the night of the college football national championship because we're all going to be watching our teams play in it. And y'all will be...
There's only 2 teams that play in it.
Mm-hmm.
This one's off base. I don't buy this one.
Now, do whatever it is y'all do when we're playing in that game. I don't.
And because the South.
I will say this: if you did it during the playoff season for football, that I might buy, but not like the playoffs, like not like the championship, because like some people just won't watch that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Also, like college football's a mixed bag. I don't know. In Ohio, we have a ridiculous amount of Dollar Generals as well. What a weird thing to have in common. My brain hurts from the firework video. Yeah, the firework video is pretty sassy. SEC shorts. Oh my goodness. Someone said she has the survival skills of an avocado, and I couldn't agree more. Bro, the damn.
Oh, damn. Oh, but that's a motorcycle, though, JB Bond.
What?
It was used as a police bike. So, it's just it's a picture with a sidecar.
Oh.
It's on the Discord general chat.
Oh, based for real?
It's very cool, but I'm pretty sure that's a motorcycle.
Hold on.
You do that with a bicycle? Oh, wait, no. Yes?
Shout out.
Yeah, no. So, because the sidecar would get in the way of you
Sidecar.
and, like, one of your feet. Like,
Sidecar,
you'd be pedaling,
baby.
but
Let's
you're gonna
go.
hit
This is a
the
motorcycle.
hitch.
But
Yeah.
this is a bicycle. Mega based.
Oh, okay, I didn't see that one.
Mega based.
I didn't scroll up enough.
That's
Okay,
what's
yeah,
up.
I see that.
Okay.
Yeah, you see how it's further back because otherwise you would hit it with the pedal.
We bless it
Yeah.
today.
I'm good with it.
What do you think, Stallion? Let the air out of the tires?
No, we're not. No.
These guys don't work anyway. They won't notice for a week.
Uh-oh. The door's open. Hey, put it on all the Spanish channels. What? Why do they need 3 fans up there?
They gotta put the fire out with something.
Put a little pepper spray on the steering wheel.
What?
On January 28th.
Seems like that seems illegal.
That seems a little sussy, dog. I got any more short ones? I do have some short ones here. All right.
I sent a bunch of Instagram ones that clearly didn't make it, but they were good.
I got them sparse throughout here. Here, let's see.
Okay.
This officer was not expecting this when he came to the police station this morning. A few days back, Officer Bobby White was called because of a noise complaint. Kids were playing basketball and someone called the police about the noise. Instead of shutting down the game, Officer White joined the kids, and they even decided to have a rematch a week later. This moment was captured on his dash cam and quickly went viral, earning him the nickname Basketball Cop. The next week, Officer White came to the station gathering for the rematch, but he was not expecting to see NBA legend Shaquille O'Neal. Shaq
that's
saw the
wholesome.
viral video and
That's
decided
nice.
to join the officers in the rematch. A simple act of
There's a lieutenant trying to take credit.
Yeah.
kindness turned into an incredible experience for all involved. And
Bro,
whoever
Shaq
called
is
to
all
complain
over the
about
place.
the noise didn't call the police.
He
this
was literally
time.
just in
If you
Fort
find this
Worth
wholesome,
today, I
subscribe.
think.
Now,
That's some.
my boy gets sinned for doing gun buybacks, but I'll forgive him. He was an absolute animal when he was at LA. He was
He's
even
trying to get
good.
cheap guns for himself.
He was even pretty good when he went to the Heat. Like he was good for my dog. The highest
Well, he's just
field
unblockable.
goal.
He's giant.
As in the highest field goal percentage in NBA history, but the poorest free throw percentage.
Bro built so many houses with all the bricks he was getting.
Stupid. Gen Z won't get it.
He ended the homeless crisis.
Just like that, in one thing there. It's when
Yep.
he retired. It got worse.
Then he stopped playing and it came back.
It did.
Sad times.
Let's see. Officer appears to give finger during dispute. I mean, that's protected speech.
Kim, explain to me why.
It's conduct unbecoming.
Explain why you just said it to me.
Bitter that somebody you had a bad experience, and I apologize
And,
for
and
that.
why are you saying that to me? Why would you think that? Because I'm calling you out in your.
That's Canadian.
No, seriously. You guys gotta learn, man. You gotta respect the public a little bit more.
Bro, he's like shaking.
I'd rather you park in a normal
Yeah,
park.
he's scared.
Yeah, just like everybody else has to.
So I guess this guy's complaining that these officers are not observing parking laws. Technically, while you're on duty, you park wherever you please. The license plate says exempt, and you're allowed to do it. I would park where I was supposed to, unless I was answering a call for service. If I was answering a call for service, I'd park wherever I wanted. But I'm in the act of doing my job, not getting some Starbucks, right? At the end of the day. The guy has a valid complaint. He's allowed to air that complaint. I just wouldn't have talked
Engaged.
to him. Like, The complaint number's Googleable. I'm sure he ran up on him and was like, "What are you doing? You can't park there." Cool, dude. I'm gonna go fight crime or whatever. Enjoy whatever it is you're doing.
Okay. Have a good day.
Enjoy my
it's a green
matcha
light,
latte.
guys. It's a green light. Get going. Green light. I am doing my job. I am doing my job.
You rolled up your window and then you rolled it back down. Why?
Also, like, why? It's a green light, go. I also think this guy's being king petty by being like, "It's a green light, go." That's kind of stupid.
Yeah, I'm not your bro. I'm not your bro. It's a green light. You guys just missed the whole light cycle.
Well, how are we supposed to know if she actually did it if you blur it out,
Why you
idiot?
just said that to me?
I was just
Explain
a
why you just
repeat.
said it to me.
It is just a repeat. He's trying to get it over there. What is this?
Trying to get the ad revenue.
Let's see. Toronto police are investigating after a video. I sure hope nobody was harmed during the making of this video. You know what? I'll say feelings. Sure hope feelings weren't. It's not great English, but I'll allow it. He's from Canada, so he doesn't care.
Yeah, they can't spell.
Weren't harmed.
Half of them speak French.
Making of this.
Dumb.
Lol. Comment.
I think that's
Downvote.
most of our mod team is Canadian, I think.
At least a half, probably.
I think everybody but Dan, and he's Australian, so he's like Southern Hemisphere Canadian.
It did sound like two children arguing. It's a bad look on both sides of the fence. That was pretty weak sauce auditing, and that was also a pretty weak sauce police response there to that.
Yeah, roll up your window and drive away.
Exactly.
Not hard.
This is the most out of focus video I've ever seen in my life. Hire camera people to do camera stuff. In the same way I'll complain about sending a cop to go do what's probably a therapist's job. Don't send cops.
I'm not that expensive.
Little Duck says,
I'm affordable.
My throttle position sensor died on my car, so I'm on my way back riding with my mom to school again. Oof. That's a big ouch. Thank you for the super chat. That does suck. Also, analog systems, the old ways are the good ways. There is no sensor when it's just a wire. Analog.
You gotta jump that. You don't need a rope. It wasn't that high. Oh, damn.
Oh, it's NYPD. Dumb.
Oh, that is
the emergency
the ugliest
squad.
Little patch. Go back. That just looks like a kindergarten sign or like a daycare logo.
Out of focus. ... Do better. Comment that we're a menace today.
Oh, this one made me sad.
No. Oh no.
What do you got going on out here? You want to be a smart? It's called reckless burning. If you want to go that route, we can go ahead and push that route. You want to go that route? Do you really want to go that route? Do you really want to go that route? The light is for my safety. I don't know who you are. I don't know if you're a criminal who's going to try to pull a gun out on me or a knife.
Now, if I'm approaching somebody, right, and this happened a lot, especially at night in the middle of parks, there's probably like a city ordinance that he can't be in the park after a certain time. Like, what are we doing, dog? like, why try to make it into something, right? Like, I just never understood this. Like, you You're not working enough if this is the way that you're approaching people.
For anything like that.
The law.
That's what the light's for, okay? That's what they're there for. That's why they're put on patrol vehicles.
Have some condolences for somebody. Yeah, forget about that one, huh? What's your name again?
Officer Mora.
Oh, wait, this is like a sidewalk. Bro, why is he jacking this dude up? There's like a road right in front of him. This is probably not prohibited at all. Wait, there's candles? You couldn't put together what's happening?
Reckless burning, Josh. That's what's happening here. He's recklessly burning some candles for his friend who died.
They should teach, you know, outside of, what's it called? What do we say? Research methods? No, outside of research methods, we need to teach a class on context clues. That needs to be part of college.
Critical thinking would be good.
Critical thinking.
You have ID on you?
I do, but I don't need to give it to you.
Okay, is that really the route you want to take, sir?
Yes.
What route?
Obstruction?
100%.
Obstruction for what? Stop resisting. So let's say, for the sake of argument, that reckless burning's an actual offense wherever they're at. Maybe he needs the ID or whatever, but like, I don't know, dog. I'm with you that let's say reckless burning's a thing. The call is somebody setting something on fire in the park, right? No issue with the investigation. You just got to roll up on somebody like that.
So you really want to be this difficult, sir?
There ain't nothing about being difficult. I ain't doing nothing wrong. What would you be doing out here if your friend died? What would you be doing? I don't know who your friend is. I'm a human being just like you. Okay. So you want to write me a ticket? Cool. Write me a ticket. Well, then get out of here, bro. I'm not dealing with you. You already took me off. Okay. You already took it too far. You still want to turn off? Like,
what do you got going on out here?
I'm with you. We don't have enough context. For all we know, like, there's a Free My Boy incident, and I don't know. I don't know. Just talk to people like adults. Like that's I treated everybody like that. And really, is anything they did a gross thing of misconduct? No, you look like a jackass. But like,
well, trying to charge him with obstruction for.
Yeah, I'm with you. Like, if they have to have, did they have to have a good offense? And then even then, like, let's say it is a misdemeanor or something like that. That all you can really do is write a citation. Like, they're doing too much. They got
reckless burning.
They got this much time on their hand, and like, it is what it is. It's just like, there's just no need to be upset. Like, I can't tell you how many times you'd have people getting like very elevated at you or angry or yelling. I've been threatened so many times to like that they wanted to kill me or whatever. And I'm like, cool, dog, but like, you still can't be in the park after hours. Like, that's like that's the way that interaction would go, right? And like, you can, I don't know, you're gonna go a little bit back and forth, but like, there's no reason to be upset, genuinely. Like, now, if someone you knew just got hurt or whatever, like, maybe I understand that, but like, it's like simple interpersonal communication skills solve 9 out of 10 problems like this, where it's just like, oh, you learn. I literally frags his IPC skills. My dog stole it from me. That's so funny. But yeah, literally, like it's not hard. It truly does bug me every single time I watch an officer get their feelings hurt because somebody's approaching them with some sort of attitude. I've had horrible days. I got a phone call that my uncle had died. Right. And I wasn't going to be able to go to the funeral because it's peak COVID time and I'm an emergency and essential employee. Right. I still had to work domestics that day. You know, I'm still having to go work semi-riot duty and I didn't treat them any differently. Was I upset? Sure. I had every reason to be upset. Right. I have godchildren because of that incident. Right. And I was like, I have my own little personal emotional thing going on, but I'm like, hey, these people aren't the reason why I'm upset. Like, I don't get to treat them any differently. I am being paid money by the public to be a bigger person. You are a professional, bigger person. Like, just try it, dude. Like, I don't know. This guy could be a total abusive D-bag for all I know. That doesn't get to dictate the way that you treat him. That's just my big thing with that.
This is why I think cops should work retail before being cops.
Yeah, dude.
Be in a position where you do not have the ability or the power to do anything about somebody treating you like crap. So you understand.
You learn some coping fields.
How to function.
Skills.
Yeah. And then if you can't, you don't have the character for.
Yeah. It's not for you. And that's fine.
Yeah.
You know why I wasn't a Navy SEAL? That shit looks miserable. Like, bro, I looked at that and I was like, I'm good, dog. That looks like a bad time. That's simple. I'd have showed up, been like day 3 of that, and be like, I like sleep, dog. I don't like running that much. Simple. Just self-weed yourself out, just like what Juan said. Like, this is not for you, dog. You should be like a human punching bag for verbal assault. If you're able to tank that, top tier. Over here spoiling clips.
Accepted. I am going to SWAT Academy. We'll be breaching doors.
I like this channel.
I wonder if they made her do the qualifier. There's almost always a qualifying thing for now. To be fair, though, so SWAT school and joining SWAT are very different things. So, like, at least in our department, you could go to SWAT school without being SWAT certified. So as long as you had to have a certain fitness score and a certain qualifying score, like on weapons, and then you had to have a certain level of like seniority. It's like there was like a little trifecta you had to have, and if all of those things happened, you got to go to SWAT school where you got all the training, right? And then after you went to SWAT school, maintained a certain level of proficiency in fitness and marksmanship and whatever, you could then do SWAT tryouts, which were a whole other ball game. And then you could try to do SWAT. Basically, you would like try out for it and whatever. But
yeah,
technically,
based on the other ones that I've seen from this channel,
not.
yeah, it's more of like the abbreviated journalist style version of most of these.
That makes the most
things.
sense. Yeah.
They kind of create a specific regimen to take her through that kind of showcases like, oh, this is what we would do for this. This is what we do. It's like a highlight reel.
Yeah.
Not actually SWAT Academy.
SEALs can't talk on ops. Josh would blow their cover 1,000%.
Rappelling through windows, all leading up to a high-stakes final challenge where I will be going on a mock mission with
it's
a
like
real-life
game
SWAT team.
show-ish.
Challenge accepted.
Get after it, girlfriend.
Yeah. They're entertaining, though.
Hello, my name is David Nisleit, and I am the chief of the San Diego Police Department. The first thing that we're going to put Michelle in is our physical fitness course. Can you climb a fence?
She actually did a police academy one, too, but I wanted to do that for Officer React, so I have that one.
Different obstacles
saved.
because in real life, wearing a lot of heavy equipment, we might ask you to do all that.
In order to pass, I need to sprint a quarter mile in under 85 seconds, do 30 sit-ups in a minute, 20 push-ups in a minute, 6 pull-ups, and then complete the obstacle course in under 4 minutes. All back to back to back.
This is the easy part.
Girl.
Just a sprint. Just a sprint. All right, Michelle, stand by. 3, 2, 1, go.
I do like that they make them do it on pavement.
74, 75, 76, 77. 77 seconds.
Heck yeah.
Good job. You made it.
Barely.
4.
But then I failed the pull-ups.
3 reps.
Dang.
Beat me.
Probably beat me, I'll be honest.
It's challenging, especially doing everything back to back.
To be fair, she's like a fifth of my weight, so I'm going to soothe my ego that way.
4 months to get 10 pull-ups for the Navy SEAL test.
Right.
It's just frustrating how quickly the strength goes away when you're not working on it actively.
But even though I failed the pull-ups, they still let me try the final event, the obstacle course.
The obstacle course needs to be
You can
ran
do
in
sit-ups.
4 minutes and under. So the required equipment, as you already have on, long pants, shoes,
They have the
gloves,
footage
and
for
you
it
have
'cause they
body
showed
armor
it.
underneath it.
I do. So there are a lot of different obstacles
I think it's
throughout
too boring.
this. Which one is the most?
Now, I will say this. So SWAT equipment is very different than patrol equipment. I do hate that they don't make her wear a duty belt because even your baseline officer is going to have a duty belt. I understand the bulletproof vest is a little different, but like when you're really because I remember talking about this. So the duty belt has a certain weight to it, right? Because you have your gun, your radio, your whatever. Your vest has got a certain amount of weight to it, but then there's also like your phone, your keys, your notepad, your handcuff keys. You're like you end up covered like I think
Flashlights.
All that other stuff, right? There's like a lot more to your equipment than just a vest and some pants. But I guess for the brevity of the test, this is their only requirement. But like, it's a lot more complicated.
I would say the dummy drag is probably the hardest for folks carrying about 180 pounds. Your legs feel like jello.
Hey, shout out to 180 pounds. I've seen a lot that are like 120, and I'm like, that's nobody weighs that little. Even when they do weigh that little, they still have gear on.
Yeah.
Good job, Michelle.
It's a pretty friendly.
Those arms.
It's a pretty friendly obstacle course so far. It's like a 5-foot wall.
Good, nice. Nice, good technique.
The crawls
You're almost there.
pretty soft.
There you go. Okay, you're coming
Is to
up
get
to the window
grass.
now. Get through, tuck and roll. Come on, girl.
That's like 4.5 feet.
There you go.
That's closer to like a
this is your
6-foot
hip.
wall. You got it. Get your leg over. Leg over. Leg over. There it is.
There we go.
Good job, let's go. Okay, use your legs, Michelle. Let's go on this one. Short little step. Nice.
That one's got nice handholds too,
Whatever
which
you do,
makes
just
life
keep
easier.
moving your legs. Keep moving your legs.
Don't stop.
Drag it any way you can, Michelle. We can't stop here. We can't stop here.
There you
Let's
go. This person's arms are snapped in half from her.
She's like, hang on, let me turn your shoulder
Snap.
inside out. Make sure I can grab it better. He said the crawl is to weed out the olds. That's funny.
Oh, I buy that actually. Hip and knee, like lack of mobility.
It would weed me out. My knee is jacked.
Keep going and drop. Drop. Go. Let's go. Now you got a fence. When you go over this fence, I want you to control your descent on the way down.
Oh, it's like a solid like
There you go.
10-foot fence. It's pretty tall.
Nice. Nice drop. Drop and go. Drop and go. Come on.
It is chain link though. That's weak sauce.
That leg. Come on. Let's get it up there.
That's another like 6-footer probably. And those aren't easier for taller people.
Michelle, almost there. Use those legs up.
Yeah, I think she's like 5'1" or something.
Nice. Roll. Let's go. Roll. Your head. All right. All the way up. Slow descend. There you go. One
I like the
foot at a time.
branded sweatshirt.
Go.
Yeah.
Go. 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 Time.
555.
555.
Oof, that's not a lot. That is not a little amount of failing.
Okay. Good job. So obviously, I have not passed the entrance qualifications for being a part of SDPD SWAT.
Unfortunately, you have not.
Doing it with the vest is so much harder.
That was impressive. Well done.
So what I want to point out though is that this chick definitely, like, these chicks did pass it, but look at their physique. Also, like, his physique, like, this guy's also stacked.
Well, and also like look at their height.
They're taller, right?
By comparison too, yeah.
Taller, but it does tell me though is, so we only had one female officer on our full-time SWAT team. I think we had one on our part-time. Because again, the physical requirements were hard. Like the scores themselves you had to get for, because we did it by weight. We didn't have like an obstacle course like this. Were very difficult to maintain. Like that wasn't easy. But with something like this, a lot of people will always say, like, I don't think women have any place in law enforcement or in combat arms or whatever. I give you exhibit A of they do exist. They're just likely more rare. And you can talk about biology. There's also like a lack of coaching. We talked about this about push-up strength. I've been doing push-ups since I was 8, right? And even though I'm an old fat man now, a lifetime of doing push-ups allows me and affords me the strength to do it even older in age, right? Same thing with squats, same thing with running, whatever. These girls likely had a background in sports where they're likely getting physical conditioning at a much younger age. And also there is some biology that plays into this where these are likely more exceptionally strong women than this guy's an exceptionally strong man. However, they do absolutely exist. And if in my police department, right, it's a mixed bag, I run out of pretty strong dudes, I would take an exceptionally strong woman that meets the grade over just some guy that I need to fill a body any day, all day, every day. The same thing goes for emotional fitness. Same thing goes for whatever. I would take a female who has those qualifications over a male that doesn't any day. But like, she clearly, like, I don't think that she's going to struggle with this obstacle course. She clearly has had to do it in the past, right?
Thank you.
She ain't built that way. That's all I'm getting at. That she's a host for a show. She just ain't built different like these other chicks are. I ain't picking her for my rugby team, okay? I'm picking the other chicks.
The term
Challenge
SWAT
accepted.
stands for
Yeah.
Special Weapons and Tactics.
I tried rugby
Infantry training
academy.
is one of the most integral things that we do. It really relies on teamwork. It's tough. The training is tough.
Ain't picking him.
We're
either.
going to talk about working in a team environment carrying a firearm. It starts with ready positions, buttstock.
Oh, this is like a soul-crushingly heavy gun here. So this is, just to point this out for y'all, this is already, by itself, likely like a 9-pound or 10-pound gun. All of which of the weight is like out here. Like so much of the weight is outside of that front hand and like far away from your body. This is before it being loaded with ammunition, which is another 2 pounds. This is before you have to wear a helmet and ballistic vests and extra magazines and like this is really where size starts to matter. Again, those chicks were a little bit taller, probably a little bit more broad, right? Just to tolerate the weight of it. This is all very mission critical and important equipment. And this is like the minimum barrier for you have to now hold this for hours, sometimes on a call out. That's why it matters.
In the pocket of the shoulder.
Just lean it on the shoulder of your buddy in front of
you. Yeah, like that's gonna help.
Safety off, and then I can depress the trigger and take the shots necessary to end that threat. Generally, it's either going to be in low ready position or the high ready position, and this is where it's.
That's the one you see on TV shows.
It's the hip slicking groovy thing, yeah. What if I were standing in front of you on an entry team? Would that be an appropriate position for you to be in at that moment? Yeah, probably want to come.
Yeah, we have seen it on body cam.
High port. Yep.
Like so it is realistic.
Exactly.
Right here in my beautiful illustration of a room is this is going to be our doorway.
It's a center fed room.
Like to do what we call a cross stack. One operator here and one operator here. How we're going to decide who 1 and 2 is, there's going to be a little bit of...
Our people did not make this wall.
As I'm walking up, see his body language?
He's saying,
I'm
number 1.
Yeah. My body language, I'm coming
supporting.
up, I'm in support, and I'm looking right at him. Hey, what do you want me to do, pal? He wants me to open the door. He raises his muzzle and puts it right back down. That to me is saying he's ready for me to open the door.
Open the door normally or like SWAT style?
She said SWAT style?
Okay.
Yeah.
It's really embarrassing to breach an unlocked door.
I have breached an unlocked door before. It feels very stupid. Guilty 3 different times. And I'm not on SWAT. Oh yeah, dude, like an idiot. Like an idiot.
Yeah.
And I kicked it thinking like, oh yeah, I'm a big man. I'm gonna go hit this thing really hard. And you kick it and you feel really stupid because the thing swings so aggressively open that it oftentimes just comes right back and shuts. Like you feel extra stupid. Because you're losing.
How many years in?
The first one, I was still in. I just got out of field training. The second one was probably 2 years in, and the last one was like my last 5 months on patrol or something. Like it was way too late for me to like have done that. We were a little stressed. We were under a little bit of stress, and I was like, I'm in a hurry. Let's just go get after it. And,
I have exigency. Kicks.
Yeah. I was not that guy. I'm not a high-speed low drag operator. I've kicked an unlocked door more than once. Not a proud
big
moment.
misconception about SWAT is that we're going to get to a scene and we're going to jump out of our truck.
Wait, hold on. If Point Man is dating your ex, pin that. That's incredible. That's a good time. Squirtle, you win for today.
I'm going to screenshot that for the
door.
short.
Keep your end and go fully tactical, like right when we get there.
Oh my God.
That's almost the exact opposite of what we do. We're going to get to a scene and we're going to do everything we can to try to slow things down, de-escalate,
2
and try to
hours later,
negotiate
they're gonna get
and
to a
have them
scene.
surrender peacefully. That's always the goal. And to be honest with you, that happens a majority of the time.
I open the door, and then he's going to step into the room, going path of least resistance, and I get in right behind him. When you're coming into the room, we call this the hard corner.
I tell you what, a lot of people understand these concepts. You'll talk to guys that have either gone to like basic training or whatever. You get infantry guys that understand these concepts. Having done this at a relatively high level, like even when I got out, it's so hard to do perfectly. There's a really cool scene in Ford vs. Ferrari where the guy talks about a perfect lap. He goes, you can win a race. That's fine. You just have a faster car. But a perfect lap is really what you're chasing. And there's all of these tiny little things that ruin you for that, right? Like, or will take you away from that. And those inches eventually become feet, right? On room clearing like this, the concepts are incredibly simple. But like footwork, timing, body position, balance, like there's so many things that make this very simple concept not go very well. You watch us play Ready or Not all the time, and that's with zero fatigue, zero anything, and plenty of time, and you watch, we screw it up every single time, but it's hard to do.
Corner.
Yeah, you have to check this. There's no way that we're gonna be able to see if somebody's standing right here, so that's why it's called the hard corner. The magic here, if you will, is gonna be the placement of our feet.
Ooh.
Yeah, see?
And we're covering each other as fast as we can through here.
It's like your dancing partners.
Yes.
It's like a dance, but I want a different partner.
You don't like dancing? You have good footwork.
Move past it.
Yeah. So we get in there, and then we're gonna start scanning the room. Muzzle pointed, you can be looking right over the top of your sights because you want to be ready for something.
Her demeanor, she's
I think
great.
She expected like a laser scan or something.
She's great. I'm here for it.
Clear.
Clear. You say clear?
Cool. It technically goes clear, all clear, last room. We don't need to get into that.
But that's cool.
Okay, fine. Clear.
All clear.
Let's
go.
She said, but that's cool.
If I'm one going through that door, and I go through, and there's a bad guy right here.
He's getting drilled.
I have to absolutely 110% trust that Sam is going to get in there and take care of that bad guy if need be, or else you could die.
There were a couple different instances that or tragedies that kind of shaped how our team works.
Always tragedies.
In 1984, there was the McDonald's massacre. A gunman just went into the restaurant and started shooting people that were eating lunch.
He fired through windows, hitting people in the street. He fired at men, women,
Oh, look at
children,
those old
and
school
babies.
cop uniforms.
Dude, right?
Just
One officer said it looked like a
Look at
mass
that.
execution.
It just demonstrated
Bro, Mini 14s, dog.
the need for us to have a team that is trained in hostage rescue. The quality of officer hasn't changed, but the tactics and equipment have. We have our armored rescue vehicles, our night vision goggle systems. We have robots that we can send in. And then, of course, we have our snipers. And there's another incident that kind of changed the rules on that for us as well. And that was Las Vegas a few years ago.
The deadliest mass
You don't
shooting
say.
in U.S. history.
I'm going to skip by that. Because that's a spicy topic.
Baseball All-Star game here, and so our SWAT team is key to making certain those events stay safe.
Anything that is
All of the things you see in this picture, Patrol will not get. Not even one. You know what you get? Your right leg. Be used to it.
preventing a team or an officer from getting into an area or a structure, breaching may be required. What we have planned for you is manual breaching and then explosive breaching.
For like hostage rescue, we would try to use explosive.
She gets to be Ched in that episode where she gets to be the breacher.
Get as quick as possible.
They were wearing
The
their
biggest
little
rule
bicycle
as far
helmets.
as breaching is always check the doorknob. It's always going to be faster.
Rude. Steve was rude.
He said always check the doorknob. I'm offended. I'm offended.
Open up the door. It sounds funny,
No,
but
kick it.
It's
Kick it.
true, right? This is a door knocker. Weighs about 32 pounds.
Woo!
All right. So
So heavy.
if you keep your eye on where you're going to attack, which is always going to be that deadbolt, you're going to come back through and just and hit it. Okay.
Bro, this is not for her, but I'm here for it. I'm proud that
So-
she's trying it.
SWAT has arrived.
So we'll come up, we'll check the doorknob, and then go ahead and okay, it's locked. Get your feet set.
Great. Good job.
All right.
You're doing great.
We should try that again, I think.
All right. Do it like this. I'd set my feet, and then you're coming from the waist and hitting.
Knock, knock.
There you go.
Can you imagine, like, you hear this noise and it's me on the other side? Good morning. So what's next?
I think you're going to get to go do the exciting stuff.
Explosive charge.
Pump the box. Blow it up.
Fire in the hole! Fire in the hole! Fire in
You know how expensive this is?
Stand by for breach. In 5, 4, 3, 2.
Those simulations are using like a mantis.
That's simunitions.
Neat. Bro, they blew that thing up.
Bro, she just jacked this dude up. You ready? We talked about port arms. You ready? That's this man's head. She figured it out. She figured it out, but like Say, oh.
That was
Try not to kill this guy.
He was dating her ex.
Yeah, 100%.
Everybody good in here?
Yeah.
All right. And cut it. Scenario over.
That was full on Wile E. Coyote. We literally had a wire with a button. Blow it up. How does
She's
it
not
feel
wrong.
to push the button?
You're going to find out in a second.
I'm gonna be Wile E. Coyote?
Yeah. Yep.
Yes!
She has such a positive
Just get in the habit of
disposition.
chucking your head. That
Put the
way, if
door
there
back
is any
together.
overpressure, as you initiate the charge, it bleeds over the top of your helmet.
Okay.
Rotate the cam safety up so you're seeing red.
Because that's how pressure works. It just goes over things. It doesn't go through it.
Mm-mm. It goes around you.
CTE.
It's considerate like that.
Pump
And
that
then
box!
This is the trigger right here. When you get to 1, that's when you press the button. Stand by for breach in 5, 4, 3, 2. And then fall in with them.
Positive breach.
Hey, port arms. Look at
Oh my
you.
gosh, it felt so epic.
Yeah.
Pushing a button like Wile E. Coyote. Bam!
She's on this Wile E.
Really?
Coyote,
Okay,
dude.
way cooler than yeah, way cooler. Yeah.
There's other cartoons that explode
One of the
things.
things we're going to have Michelle do this week is
Oh,
rappelling.
they got.
Little birdie told
Bro,
me
they
that
pulled out
Michelle
all the
might have
stops
a
on the
little bit of
special
fear of
effects. They
heights,
even
so
got the
this
rain.
Yeah, I made it rain, dog.
could be interesting.
What we've set up here is a scenario where we
They
have
got
a
the
window
team that made it
about
rain
40
in every rookie episode that we watched recently.
Stop.
feet up, and then we have another one about 20 feet off the ground below us. We're going to get comfortable bounding into that window.
So this is fully safe.
Yeah, we do it all the time.
Okay.
One of the reasons why we do this,
No one has ever died rappelling.
Nah.
You know what kind of
took a-
waivers? The kind of waivers you have to sign to do this kind of stuff.
Oh yeah. Well, they've got they do like because I've seen some of the behind the scenes stuff. They got a full like production
Oh, I'm
situation
sure.
going on, like a team, couple editors,
Oh, I'm sure.
all that stuff. 'Cause
No,
she
this
used
is
to work for
very well.
BuzzFeed.
This is very well produced.
Mhm.
Very well
it
produced.
has real-world applications. We've had some missions where
Brian
we've had to
says
put off.
if you took a sim round to the back of the head, plus or minus the helmet, talking.
If it's point blank,
like how she did it to that guy.
Like you might get hospitalized. Like so the problem, especially rifle sim rounds, so that they're really meant. We're not supposed to shoot each other like inside of 5 feet, 5 to 10 feet with the rifle ones, because it's literally still like a piece of metal that's coming out and smacking you. If it's on bare skin, yeah, like you could get hospitalized. If it hits somewhere soft, like I'd be nervous about like the nape of the neck where there's not really any bone. It'll easily pierce your skin and go through all of that. Like they're not drywall safe. They're not like you mess somebody up. With the helmet, you're fine. They typically have what they'll make us wear is these big old like hefty neck protectors. Because if it hits your throat, you will die. No, you won't die, but it'll crush your esophagus.
Protects you from emotional whiplash. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You also we have to wear full face coverage or at least ballistic eye protection because if it does hit you in the eye, that eye's done. I would put it. I'd put it just a touch under like a BB gun, because like a BB gun will mess you up. Like that's gonna go straight into your skin all the way up to like, I don't know, probably 40 yards. Like that'll really mess you up. A BB gun will kill a squirrel easy. It might not kill you as fast, but it'll hurt. There's better. Shout out to Unit Solutions. I'm not sponsored. I'm just simping, but they're a little bit better of a product for that. But simunitions are they've been the industry standard for decades now. Mostly because it's as close to a real firearm as you're going to get, while getting to use like a shoot house or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck, girlfriend.
In a rappel position to close off avenues of escape, but also goes back to that trust. Not only trusting in your teammates, but also trusting in your equipment.
Keep hold of the windowsill. Very good.
They gave her little Under Armour boots.
Right into your brake.
Rappelling is a
You got your
freaky
brake
thing.
strand?
I've only done it a few times, but
And
never
you're
in a
not
police
going anywhere
capacity. But
until you decide that
I've
you
done it down
want
the side of a
to
mountain before. It's kind of rad.
Release it a little bit.
Shout out
and
to
you
Young
can get
Life.
an idea of how you control the friction. Very good. Good.
This is kind of fun, actually.
Good.
Woo, window. What do we do?
That's okay. Just go ahead and rappel right past
Swing
it.
it. Break it.
Good.
Oh.
Nice work. Remember, if there's tension in that hand, tension in your body,
You just
it's gonna
got
put
shot in
tension on
0
the wire.
hour.
Good. There you go.
100%.
Oh my god.
That was really good.
I didn't look down once.
Now we'll just work on your comfort with that level of friction and your brake
looking
hand,
cooler?
controlling that brake hand, and you'll start to go a little bit faster, and we'll work into it.
Okay. Now
So yeah, your brake hand's supposed to be like way out here. Like she had it pulled up, like she was barely moving. It probably took her a good 4 minutes to rappel down that whole thing when you should be able to do it in like seconds.
now we get to have fun.
All right, let's do it. Now we can get our feet on the wall a little bit more, what we call yelling out a little
Oh,
bit.
they made the guy hold the GoPro. That's hilarious. So they could get the shot. Everybody else was like, I ain't getting on that. Let that dude hold it.
You're gonna end
Come
up
on,
going a little bit
cameraman.
faster. Nice.
Cameraman never dies. You should have done it.
You got it. Keep going. Good. Very nice. For our next one, we're gonna try to bound past the window. You're just gonna push a little bit, release, down to the bottom of the window.
Big
Little
bound.
feet.
Big bound.
Legit, you could do that in almost one jump. That whole... The one time I did rappelling, I did it with a slightly different setup than this. It was like a 400-foot cliff face, like a 300-foot cliff face, and I made it in like probably like 10 jumps, but the first two were very big, and that second one was like enormous. I fell like 100 feet, and I hit the cliff face so hard I almost knocked myself out, and I was like, okay, I'm not doing that again. That was dumb. The rest of them were bunny hops down, but like, because you literally could just be like, okay, no friction, and just like pull it behind you, and yeah, you like...
Yeah, you can just free fall if you want.
It's literally
not
free.
smart.
Yeah. And then I'm like, oh, I'm falling kind of fast. And then you just stop it and you go full friction and you go from, it's a pendulum, right? Fall, 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 snap, whack, right into the, it was fun. It was a good time. That's why you have to learn how to
Gwen Stacy.
Now we're gonna work on trying to bound into a window.
The Gwen
How do you
Stacy
land?
effect.
Like Spider-Man?
No. You can
See,
watch
she
me.
called it Spider-Man.
Oh my God.
You got it. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
That's close.
I can do better.
3, 2, 1.
Ah, I braked as
Bro,
I
if you
landed.
mess up and dump it out the window and lose your like brake head, that's a bad day. This is actually kind of dangerous. You're so close.
Yeah.
Go.
Oh, heck yeah.
There you go.
All right.
Yes!
You nailed it.
A former employee that was recently fired took his boss hostage at his local establishment.
Let's go.
The suspect was reportedly armed with a pistol and a rifle. The suspect gave a 1-minute countdown before he would execute the hostage.
Like the
you
Mortal Kombat
and
mask.
Your one or two
It's,
have arrived
for sim rounds,
at the
yeah.
store, and you are about to make entry.
See,
Do you have
it covers your throat and it covers like your, because like literally this thing goes in your mouth and like, I mean, you're going to the hospital. Like it's gonna pierce the back of your throat and then they're gonna have to surgically remove it and the whole nine.
any questions?
Clip it.
So, there will be people in there who may be firing back at us?
Yeah, there will be live role players in there, and they will be able to shoot simunitions back at
Okay.
you.
And they gonna hurt.
Get after girlfriend. Don't do this.
Stand in the doorway.
I'm ITAR, not allowed to teach you anything. Just don't do this. I can't tell you what to do. Just don't be that person.
Hey, hands down!
Shoot him.
Hands up, on the ground, on the ground, on the ground!
Heads down. Hell yeah.
And end scenario.
Hands down.
I said hands down!
I called it.
Yeah.
Hands down. Grab your gun. Grab your gun.
Doorway is one of the worst possible things you can do. That's
Oh, they
called the
address
fatal
it.
Funnel. The
Yeah.
more time you spend there, the likely you are to get hit.
Okay.
So you've got to get through that
Okay.
doorway.
Ew, you get it, girlfriend. Oh, this
Like
is
the gun GoPro.
This is Clevier. So she needs to trust that he's got this covered. She needs to continue to. I can't teach y'all this, but she needs to continue to index this.
Hands up!
Shoot.
Hands up! Hands up!
Oh, dude, you take this
shoot
shot
him.
all day long, bro. I'm gonna be mad disappointed. Oh, nice.
Down on the ground! Down on the
Oh,
ground!
got him in the arm.
And snarl
All right,
over.
Nolan.
Get it,
Snarl
girlfriend.
over. Weapons unsafe, let him hang. That's a pretty tough shot.
Yeah.
Dude, shout out to having the stones to take it. She's Nolan, dog. I'm here for
So
it.
I would say that was a good
Sounds like
job.
50-50 she was gonna hit
But
the
you checked
hostage.
the hard corner,
Yeah.
and then Stephanie cleared her barricade for you. As you're walking past there, you looked to make sure that it was clear, which is a normal human thing to do,
Okay.
except for when you're in a team environment.
You have to. I was about to say, because the problem is that slight turn can be them crossing that corner when you're not looking. Like, yeah, I'm glad they're addressing this. Hell
That's
yeah.
where the trust issue comes in. When she tells you that is 100% clear, you do not look over there.
Okay.
You just
Period.
walk right past it like it wasn't even there.
Okay.
All right?
Let me just say, Call of Duty in real
So she didn't trust her because she was a woman. If that was a male officer, she would have trusted him. She's a misogynist.
life is so hard.
We're going to roll right into some night vision.
Oh.
What you're going to do is you're going to hold
Slick.
that down until it turns on.
Bro, that's how you know they got government money. You're exposing these tubes to straight up. Like it's not gonna ruin them, but there's only so many photons these things can take before they start to degrade. That's that government money. Should see the way it's
disposable ones. Yeah,
I know.
They're
No,
like
that's-
50K a piece.
I was about to say 50K a piece.
They're only like 50K a piece. No.
Only thing that's in
They keep the
play
good
are
ones, the
barricades
100K
and
in the
paper
back.
targets, paper targets only. Shoot until the target goes down. Let's go ahead and put your nods down. Turn them on.
Oh, look at that artifact in this PVS 14. Crazy. So what you're seeing is IR light. It's not a flashlight. This is, it would look like literally nothing to you if you unassisted, but these are IR lights and lasers. It's so funny because it messes with your sense of...
Scenario over. Put them safe, let them hang.
Oh, very cool. The target falls. That's fun.
That's slick. That's why you said you shoot it till it falls.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
That
I
makes
thought they
sense.
were like, no, you shoot that target till it doesn't exist anymore.
The other thing that a lot of people won't realize is you lose a lot of depth perception in these, especially with the mono. It's not as bad with binos, but the problem is you're losing. You only have about 30 degrees of field of view. So it literally feels like do this and you know what it look like to look through nods. Like it's a very limited scope, and then you only have a certain depth that's in focus. Like it has an f-stop, and it's not a great one. So sometimes if you're feeling real bold, you'll make one like closer to you and one further away in the room. But that like is very straining like on your brain, because your brain is trying to make your eyes even. And like it's like, I don't know, it's an insta headache, but this is much harder than it looks.
But I'm
After
trying to
night
make
vision, the
it
instructor
cinematic, Josh.
Yeah.
I want that blurry background.
A full bokeh.
Real sharp, yeah.
The guy happens to be standing 2 feet behind where you're in focus, and he's just an enigma to you.
wanted to introduce a concussive explosive device known as a flashbang into the next scenario. But first, they wanted me to experience the blast firsthand.
Her face.
Look at a flashbanger. I do like that the instructors are just having fun torturing her.
Yeah.
No.
All right, we are live.
Which
in
is great because you
scenario.
get actually good like
Interactions.
scenarios out of it. Yeah.
Get in there. Get in there.
I hate it when they do it for like a news channel or whatever, and it's the most sanitized, boring crap.
Yeah.
And end scenario. Had that suspect been in the deep right side, Phil's dead. I know that the flashbangs scare you, but you've got to get in there.
Okay.
You've got to be.
Also, Phil's dead because you shot him. Like, dog. Phil's dead here. Phil's dead here. But I'll give her some grace. This is way hard. It seems super simple. This is way harder than it looks. Like it takes literal weeks worth of doing this. And also like familiarity with body cues. How quickly does Phil get through the door? Where does Phil like to put his foot? And how close can I get to Phil without bumping him off target, right? It's complicated. She's not in a great situation to be successful, but this was the layup. Like, maybe don't point a gun at Phil.
You've got to be his.
She's pointing the camera at Phil.
Or else you're doing him a disservice.
So she gets a
and frankly,
+5
you're
from
doing
me and
Austin a
-10 from you.
disservice.
That's
and
fine.
once that
So
trust
real
falls-
quick, Dan, I'm going to call him Dan Hart so that
Dan
we can
Hart.
differentiate the Dans, and I don't want to say HRT every time. I said, tell Josh IR light is not visible but can cause some eye damage if shined into an eye.
Oh,
Usually
dude.
discomfort and eye strain, yeah.
Government grade lasers. We joke at work. We call it free LASIK. that like when we're utilizing IR devices, we cover our eyes because it can, if something's, especially the lasers, the floodlights aren't as bad because it's kind of like a flashlight to the eye. But dude, the IR lasers, legit free, like that eye will just stop working. It will burn out all of just like a regular laser. It's just one that's invisible. So at 1 second you're seeing, and the next second your vision's gone. Like IR lasers are actually relatively dangerous, especially when you're LARPing like this. Like it's not true. It's why you don't point guns at people, right? You should also not be pointing IR lasers at people.
Only at planes.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Today on Only Robbers, Juan gets us kicked off the internet for 3 months.
The
Yeah, the only
entire
terrorist
thing
now?
falls apart from there.
Well, also, Squirtle
make
said,
sense?
see, she trusted the male officer.
Squirrel. She did, though.
For Michelle's final challenge today, we're at strategic
Dude, they got straight up fake plants and shit, or vegetables, like it's
yeah,
like
a
a
little
market.
vegetable market.
operations, which is owned and operated.
So you got to
by
do the thing where like you're chasing the guy and like they toss the cart in front of you and you got to jump over it.
I do like how no one has rear guard here.
Siegel. This is a movie set, and you know, in movies they try to make things realistic. So in training, it's the same way. So we're gonna have real life dispatcher, our air support unit.
That's pretty neat that they get like a whole village for it.
With her.
Yeah, dude. I'm supposed to go with HRT in a couple months and do training very similar to this, which is kind of fun. My job's kind of
Dan HRT?
No, not that one. It's like a accessory company.
For everything that we would have in a real scenario.
All right, we are live in the scenario.
3, 2, 1, shots fired, shots fired.
Oh, damn. They got air cover.
Shots fired, 4705 Rockland Road.
315 King, show us en route to code 12.
They let her give the radio traffic. That was excellent radio traffic, though. Shout out
Was
to
that
her.
the correct?
It's different for everybody. I just
hand
like that it
piece?
was
Okay.
succinct. It was the correct handpiece.
The leg, I think, is broken. I can't walk.
321 Johnstown Fire covers en route.
Bro, look at SWAT being a bunch of noobs getting all their equipment ready. Bro, just go. Patrol doesn't need all that. Shit. Come on now.
Yeah, well, we see the suspect. It looks like he's elevated in a third story. He's only about 60 feet away from the officer who's still taking cover. So the officer is pinned down by an elevated suspect.
I'm so glad we're taking our time to put on all of our equipment while that officer is fighting for his life. I sure hope he doesn't get flanked and murdered mercilessly while you put on your protective equipment. Sorry. I have complaints. I thought this was...
Is it unrealistic that SWAT would take that long to get there?
No, hyper realistic. Yeah, no, I just find it annoying. Have your equipment on. You're on duty.
Cover my right, Michelle, cover my right.
Suspect's on the third floor. It looks like he has a view in all directions. Move south toward that white Connex box with the doors on it.
315 King,
Okay, Michelle, I'm gonna move forward to this next piece of cover right now. Can you cover me? Moving, go. Cover me, Michelle, cover me so I can move.
She's so locked in. I'm here for it. It's pretty realistic.
Suspect looks like he's reloading.
Coming up. I'm here, I'm here, I'm here.
Okay. I got shot in the leg, right here. Right
Michelle,
leg, the
pull him
right
back.
leg.
Get that tourniquet on,
Tourniquet
pull
him.
back.
The right leg, right leg.
The suspect is on the second floor now. He's moved down to the second floor of that tall structure.
Michelle, how's that tourniquet looking? Good. And now we're gonna move him back to a position to cover.
Tourniquet has been applied. We're moving him back to position for cover.
So for a scenario like this, would you tighten the tourniquet all the way? Since you're trailing? Yeah.
All the
That
way,
sucks
baby.
for that guy.
It's a bad day at the office. Yeah, you don't. So one of the things we talk about is training scars.
Mhm.
And it's a big reason why like simunitions are used. It fully simulates you're using what's completely identical to the real thing. It reacts like the real thing. Under recoil, your optics move a bit, and you have to accommodate for that, right? Suck it, Josh. I didn't strike out. Jacob just came back from his softball game. I'm glad I got to see that before it got buried. So one of the other training reps you got to think about is applying a tourniquet. And let's say you get 100 not real applications, right? Now, under stress, you're just going to go whatever your neural pathway says to do. They say high and tight, right? And tight means all the way. And so if you've practiced doing it just okay every single time, and you're just brain rot tells you, you know, oh, this is what I normally do every single time. Like you want to practice. It hurts though. Tourniquet application, when you have to be the receiver of said tourniquet, appliquee, that was a bad day at the office. We had to put tourniquets on ourselves at Academy. They would check it for tightness, and if we didn't do it tight enough, we had to do it again.
Oh.
So you did it tight enough the first time.
We need you to cover us so we can move back and do the extraction.
Got it.
Okay, Michelle, ready? 3, 2, 1, move.
That's a live person. Do not drop him.
Come on, we gotta go.
Drag that dummy. Called
Get a
it.
good grip, get a good grip. We're out in the opening. Come on, let's go.
Remember, twist his elbow and his arm to get a real good grip.
Right here. 315 King, we're gonna move across the alley right here. Our officer's in place for position. So we're gonna do a 2-officer carry. We're gonna be faster this way, okay? We need you to help us, we need you to hobble. Let's go. Moving! Come on.
So here's really where, and I will bring this up, I'm not saying 2 officers wouldn't be involved in this rescue, because they totally would right here in this carry. But here's where those like linebacker dudes that are just going to like heave-ho you and carry you out. That's where you like, you recruit these type of people because they are helpful here. That's one set of hands that has to move this guy where everybody else gets to go. I would make medics just enormous people for that very reason.
Come on, Michelle, let's go!
Just inject it while they're not looking with all kinds of steroids.
What's also good about like a realistic tourniquet application is he can't use that leg. Like that leg's pretty useless.
Come on, Michelle. Left, go left, go left. Almost there, guys, almost there. Come on. To the right, to the right. By the patrol car, right here.
The tourniquet's on his foot.
We need you.
Your rescue guy's dead.
Come with me and support one of our snipers in
Okay.
position right now.
What floor?
We're going up to the 5th floor.
Rappel. Oh,
my dog.
Snipey boy.
They're going to make it run up the stairs.
Our target building's going to be the 3-story at the end of the road with the camo roof. Do you see it?
Yeah, I do.
If you can key up the mic and check in, just let them know that we have a sniper in position up here.
Sniper 1 will be Car A and Gas Tiger.
We are set up 50 yards off the 1-2 corner of the target on the 5th floor of the tower.
Our entire job is to stay here and gather intelligence for the team that is going to end up moving up on him.
Sniper 1, you just threw something out the window. Why not take a shot now?
Well, right now he's not posing a threat to anybody. He's just a lone barricaded suspect.
Even though he already shot someone?
Yes.
That wasn't scripted. He's not wrong, though. He's not wrong. Welcome back, Ivana.
Chris, come down the stairs.
You gotta yell louder.
Chris, come down the stairs.
It's Chris, come down the stairs. If you pose a threat, we will shoot you in the face. Officer presence. Come on, girlfriend.
Put the dog away.
Put your hands
There's no
behind
reason.
your head. Slowly walk back towards my voice. Keep walking.
You're doing fine, Chris. Keep it up.
You're doing fine, Chris. Keep it up. Stop.
All right, go ahead and handcuff him.
They didn't practice handcuffing.
They did the California thing.
All right, so Rob's number 1. Michelle, you're going to be number 2.
All right, just follow behind Rob.
Oh, they got to clear it now. Why are they sending K9 in?
All right, Sarge, first floor is clear. Move up. Clear.
All clear.
Last room.
Last room.
And end scenario. Good job. Let's meet back at the initial jump off location.
Gosh, I'm exhausted.
This week at SWAT Academy was a truly eye-opening experience.
Shut up
Thank
for her.
you so much to STPD SWAT for making episodes like this possible and for giving me a glimpse into what it takes to be a member of San Diego SWAT. And as always, if you're new here, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next.
Dang, look at this thing. 11 million views.
Mm-hmm. She posts like twice a year, but like they do insane numbers.
Thank you for the awesome content. Shout out to her. She went out there and got after it. That's pretty good. Pretty realistic. There's obviously some quirks in there. He said, wait, this is fake? Jake.
Also,
as fake as him not striking out.
The camera work and editing is like top tier. It
was good.
I mean, it is just like
good. Juan
it's
blessed.
like Netflix quality on the freaking YouTubes.
Juan blessed. Stand by.
That's what I want to grow up to be.
You said that's what I want to grow up
Josh
to
is going to be my brown person on screen.
Heck yes. Stand by. Sending a message. We will be shortly. Okay. I thought it was good. I thought the take was good. I like that they just showcased that she kind of fell short of some of the things that are there. I was like, hey, the standards are high for a reason, right? There's definitely some failure points there, but she's also just Joe Blow off the street trying to do this. Definitely some leniency on there, dropping the cop twice. It was probably that great. But
also him bleeding out from the turn.
Him definitely bleeding out. Yeah. I will say this though, her being completely new, she did pretty good. Like having no preface, and even if she did the police academy stuff, like the strength requirements, the fitness requirements, the how long it takes for you, like even if you make SWAT, right? You're doing what like she's doing most of the time. Like they don't trust you. You're not the first guy in the door. You're not the guy in the sniper team. It's months, sometimes years before you're doing like the hard stuff, before you're the guy having to be the point man, clearing the room and all that kind of stuff. Like, and that's for people that it's their job and it's their dream in life, and they're working out all the time and going to the range. So I thought she did great. I will give her that. Officers on the night shift outside of jail. What?
This Midwest Safety, isn't this like a body cam?
Shift outside of jail are patrolling the area when they see a man.
This is body cam. We're not doing body cam.
It's Thursday Stram.
These masked operations have been in use for over 20 years. But I'm about to witness a new type of training that until recently was the exclusive domain of special forces. I'm going to see firsthand what these armed officers are put through.
This is the first time that anyone's been granted access to see a counter-terrorist police team training.
This team is made up of regular police officers who have volunteered for
SIG MPX's drip
for the role. Their training is intense and involves an extra 14 weeks of tactical drills on top of the months of training it takes to become an armed officer. And they're continuously reassessed. I'm being taken through their tactics by Inspector Dex Manley.
His name's Dex Manley.
Ross, how are you, mate?
Good, mate.
He totally changed it.
Can you tell me what's about to take place?
Yeah, well, the guys now are doing a dynamic search, so in a
His partner is
counter-terrorism
Dude
operation,
Bro Man.
they're going to be gaining entry quick time into the premises using
Quick
explosive
time.
method of entry.
Did not tell him about that.
Noisy. Many of these officers were deployed after the Manchester attack of 2017.
Okay. So Dex, if you're on the other side of that door,
Does
what
the
would
paper
happen to
drop?
you?
So if you're on the other side of the door, you'd obviously get the shockwaves that probably knock you off your feet, Ross, but most of the charge is going back outside the premises.
So it wouldn't
You
necessarily
can
kill
see
you.
their breath.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Once inside
cold.
the building, the team then used stun grenades to disorientate whoever is inside.
I like how none of them is like bang, bang, bang in an indoor enclosed area, and they're all just like a bunch of sociopaths. I love it. I'm here for it, dog.
Okay then, Ross. How
I
about
tell you what,
coming
it's pretty
inside
clean.
this time and you being the hostage? Go for it.
This is all very expensive,
You're
though.
going to go into this room now. So when the team come in, mate, they're going to make an entry in here dynamically. They're going to use stun grenades to get into the premises there or into that room.
They're gonna let him be in the
Orientate
room
you,
for the
and then obviously
flashbang.
Deal with you.
This
at
is
the hostage.
terrible.
If there are actual hostage takers in there, what would happen to them?
He's wearing gear, pro.
Depending on obviously what kind of threat they present, they're hostage.
It's still gonna be an
taker,
unfortunate day at the
depending on the
office.
threat they're offering towards either you or the officers coming in the room. If you want to stand over in the corner, mate.
Right.
iPro?
Nah.
It's actually tense doing this.
There you go.
I mean, I know what's about to happen. Can you imagine what, in a real hostage situation, they'd actually feel?
That shoulder transition, my dog. I wanna impress upon you how important and how well drilled these guys are. My boy checked behind this tiny little door because my boy's got trust issues. That's the best kind of number 2 to have, is the guy with trust issues. That's incredible.
Shoot him.
These guys just getting yelled at. Officer presence. My friend, if old girl got to see this, she'd be like, please, sir, please come down with, if you move, you die. Like, that's what I want to hear.
Please put your hands down.
Yeah.
Wait.
Oh, sir, why am I being handcuffed?
Very effective.
Oh, he wasn't handcuffed.
Whether you're a hostage or a hostage taker,
They just
you're
put the
going
cuffs on him.
to be on the back foot straight away. The blinding light. The streams think that one day you'll be carrying a carbine, throwing flashbangs, doing explosive entry.
Not at all. You know, I mean,
The European mind could not comprehend. This is like literally what kids like in America are like, yes, that will be me. It's also kind of wild how many people get to do it. That's what's also kind of wild.
27 years now I've been in the job. And if I think back now to when I first started walking the beat, it's a million miles
Walking
away
the
from where I
beat.
am now.
I think at the end of the day, we volunteered for this. We know that we're moving away from normal policing, so we take that on.
There'll be some people watching this that will say, look, policemen shouldn't be doing this. This is the role of the military. How would you argue against that?
Posse comitatus.
Yeah, this is quite a high-end tactic that you've seen us do. But the very next day,
Your tinnitus
we're
is not
dealing with
service-related.
relatively low-level gun crime, and we go into places that have got plenty of innocent people in there, friends, families, associates.
Get
And we
after it,
still
big
need those
fella.
policing skills to be able to deal with those people as well. So it's not always at that level.
If the military was doing this, old reporter boy would have been shot as soon as they walked in that room. That's the difference.
They are the hammer and the nail. This is body cam.
That's body cam.
Okay, this will be the last one, and then I have UK clips. We're having a
Boo.
guest.
Oh,
for
good.
UK
Yay.
clips. So
Okay.
Dan
So we
should
do
be
have
ready here in
more.
a second. We do. Oh, we do. 100%. I have it's like an hour long, so we're gonna skip through. So we're gonna see how far we get, and I'll probably
Okay,
cut it
cool.
off at like 10:30.
I was
or
like,
something
y'all
like that.
skipped all of my Instagram videos.
Oh, did we?
I posted like 30, dude.
Oh.
The Ouroboros
I had so many.
I have never
And like
felt
5 of them were really good.
so American. Highly armed cops, of course.
To this point, that's a good step. But you're
Okay, is this just? Hold on.
the Ouroboros interview. So you made it to this point. That's a
Is it me or is it slightly out of focus?
It's definitely slightly out of
good
focus.
step. But you're nervous. You're not sure what questions you're going to ask. You're not sure how to answer those questions. It's okay. I'm here to help. First, let's start off by saying that you probably don't want to show up to your interview looking like I am right now. So let's fix that. So now I actually look like I want the job, and I actually look professional.
I showed up to my first oral board not shaved, like I am now, and I was told because there's 2 where we were at. Oh, heads up! Something we've detected video on your stream that belongs to someone else. Tell me if you guys have stream issues. Maybe we didn't. Stop. Blank. You're gonna be in timeout. Anyways, I had to shave. Back then, it was required that we were clean shaven in my police department. So
Would you agree? So that's where we're going to start. How your appearance should be. You should be wearing a suit, or at least this, with a tie. You should be looking very professional and like you really want the job. That pretty much goes for any job interview, for the most part. You want to make sure that you're well groomed, so go get a haircut if your hair is too long. Usually law enforcement policies say that your hair can't really go over your ears. That's too long at that point. You want to get rid of facial hair. Now, I'm not getting rid of my facial hair just for this video, but if I was going for an interview today, I would shave it off. So I wouldn't have any facial hair whatsoever. I think this helps you look a little more professional, even if the department's policy allows you to have a beard. At least while you're going in there for the interview and stuff, you're cleaned up, you look nice, and like you really, really want this. Now, when it comes down to what you're wearing, make sure you're not wearing outlandish colors. Don't wear bright red. Don't wear red at all. Wear subtle colors, such as this, gray, a bind late to an interview. That kind of tells them a lot about yourself, that you may be late to other things leading forward, and they're probably going to deny you. I always say that
Don't be late to any job interview, period. That's dumb.
20 minutes early is a safe bet. So before we continue, what is the oral board really all about? Well, it's really about you. It's really about getting to know you and who you are. So it's all going to be about selling yourself. You need to show them why you are the candidate they need to pick. So as soon as you walk into that room, there's typically 3 people in there. So these people are the deciding factor of whether you move forward in the process or not. So when you walk in there, make sure that you stand tall, be professional, shake everybody's hands, and make eye contact with each of them. You want to continue to make eye contact as you answer questions throughout this interview. Make sure when you're shaking their hands that you are also introducing yourself. Don't have a seat until they request you to sit down. And don't swivel in the chair. They're not going to like this. And sometimes they put these chairs there on purpose to see if you will swivel.
It's the first thing I've been like, I don't think that matters.
Don't do that. It's distracting and it bothers them. Keep it still, sit up straight, have good posture, just like this. And remember, eye contact. Don't answer questions like this. Well, I started this way, this stuff. No, that's not going to work. You want to answer questions just like I'm talking to you right now. Very professionally, addressing each individual in the room. So let's get into the questions. Now, these might not be in any particular order, and they might not be the exact questions that they're going to ask you, but tell us a little bit about yourself. So here, you don't need to go into your whole life story. Kind of stick to the basics. Tell them who you are, your family, are you dad, wife for this long?
I was not asked, tell me about yourself.
And typical, you want to be a cop. But what are the real reasons you want to be a law enforcement officer? Be honest. You want a life of excitement, right? You don't want a desk job. You want to be out there in the field making a difference, working as a team, protecting the community. Give them a life experience that you've had with law enforcement or something that made you want to get into law enforcement.
I think service and being service oriented is more important than like, I don't want a boring job. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I would say that your answer should be your motivation should be service focused, but also I think like your answer should be enforcement.
For example, you could have grown up in a family full of law enforcement officers, or you had a positive experience with a law enforcement officer, or you had a negative experience with a law enforcement officer.
You're not an independent thinker.
And you knew a way that it could have been done better, and you want to be that better. Or you're like me, for instance. I had kind of a rough upbringing. Also, it's job security. There's always going to be a need for law enforcement. That's why you got it. You know, it's essential to work together. If you played team sports, then you can mention that and how you understand how teamwork helps you accomplish the ultimate goal. So make sure you write down some good answers for that one. Why do you want to work for this agency? This is a good one. And don't be surprised by this one, because if you're caught off,
I will say this. They want to know about agency-specific stuff. Know their policies on stuff. Maybe have something that's unique to that police department and their policies. Maybe that's probably why you should be working for that agency or department. Yeah, that's all I have to say on that one.
Usually means you didn't do much research. Agency. And that's your city that you want forward. Positively tell yourself. Write it down. Why to your advantage in needing help? Anything you could think of will make you stand above the rest, use it. How about this one? What are your weaknesses? Weaknesses? Yeah. What are your weaknesses?
I was asked this.
But here, you need to
I said I talk too much. They agreed.
make sure that they're also strengths. And what do I mean by that? Well, if you're like me, I have no law enforcement experience whatsoever. However, throughout my life, anything that I've really wanted,
Place him with Megan. Hold on. Let's see it. I'll do it right now. Poll. Should we replace Juan with Megan? Question mark. Start poll. There it is. We'll see what happens.
I can hear y'all.
Oh, that's fine. We all agree as well, Josh. I talk too much. You're welcome.
I'll strive as hard
That
as
is
possible
like-
to accomplish.
I literally said that. I remember when the question came up, I said, I talk too much. And they all kind of looked at each other, chuckled. I got a chuckle out of all three of them. They were like, okay, that's pretty self-aware. Also aced that interview. I interview pretty well. I'm a talker.
Accomplish that goal. And right now, I really want to be a law enforcement officer. So I'm going to push myself 110%. Avoid anything.
Wow, dog, you're at 92% yes for a second. Oh, we're at 26 votes. Dog.
I voted yes too.
Oh, that's fair. Make Megan have to sit here and put up with me
Like,
in the
well,
chat.
I'm kind of lazy. Or, yeah, I'm not really.
I'm gonna
a
have her
morning
do one of
person.
these
I'm
one
taking-
time.
And that might.
Do what?
I want to have her do one of these one time.
She should.
She'll
Have a
ask some
Megan
interesting
stream?
questions. Yeah.
Dude, she probably would, to be honest. Especially now
Mhm.
that she's a little more like law enforcement educated, so she's got to edit
Mhm.
these all the time.
She's got to edit them all the time.
Good weaknesses. They're weaknesses, but not good ones. So make sure you write them down. Practice them. And then they might hit you with some honesty questions. Like, would you ever write your mom a ticket? And they might switch that.
Hell yes. Bro, it's generational trauma getting unleashed on that ticket, bro. No insurance. No, using a blinker, failure to maintain a single lane of traffic, following too closely.
That question up and add a little bit more to it. They might say that your mom was going 80 miles an hour in a 25. Would you write
Jail, reckless endangerment.
your mom a ticket? The answer is always no. Really write your mom a
Yes.
ticket?
Yes.
Even if you disliked your mother, you
Yes.
wouldn't write her a ticket. So the
Yes.
answer is no. Okay,
Yes.
moving on. What
I disagree. I'd say yes. Actually, more so than that, the right answer is that's a conflict of interest.
Mm-hmm.
I would request that another officer takes over this call because I clearly can't act without bias or prejudice. That's the right answer. What a loser.
That's true, because both ways, even if you don't like your mom, then
Mhm.
you're still acting with bias or prejudice.
Yep.
What would you do if you caught your partner stealing? Oh, that's a good question. Now take your time on this. You don't have to rush.
Take him to jail.
Think about what can you do in this situation, or you can
Okay.
ask
Take
a little
him
bit
to
more on the
jail.
question, such as, well, did he already steal the item, like leave the store and not pay for the item, or did you just catch him pocketing the item? Because there could be different answers.
Is this
One is
partner
such-
like cop partner or partner like significant other partner?
Ooh, that also makes it spicy.
as
Yeah.
I would confront my partner and let them know what I observed and that they should put the item back. Or if they did pass all points of sale, I would
He's mentioning about passing all points of sale. That's a specific like law, like that's elements of the offense of the law. There's not a single police department that's gonna expect you to know elements of the offense for the law. They don't expect you to be. That's the only thing I don't like about this specific response is he's asking about elements of the offense, and this is more of a like it should be more of like a qualitative question on saying like, well, how do you think you should handle this? I'm like, I don't know. They should see a consequence. I can't, if especially as an officer, like I shouldn't be allowing misconduct like that. I think more so than that, and I don't think it's right for police departments to ask you questions. It's a bad interview if they're asking you questions that require law enforcement knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you think you're a know-it-all and you're coming here thinking you know something about law enforcement, I don't want that person. I want someone who's more eager to learn and maybe already has like positive qualities about them. You want the like lawful good or at least neutral good kind of people, right?
immediately notify them that I was aware of what they were doing and that I'm going to have to notify the supervisor. And either way in that situation, or there's anything else that you would like to add. If there was something during this interview that you felt that you didn't completely answer, or maybe you answered back further, I'll let you see where and practice.
I'm gonna downvote. We're gonna say I give it we'll do 6 out of 10.
Yeah, he never gave the advice to watch OnlyCops so you know the elements of the office beforehand.
Exactly.
As a
comment
Shannon mentioned here.
Yeah. Is she really? Hell yeah.
Yes.
Bro.
Yeah, that should be automatic qualification there. You go, well, I watch OnlyCops every week.
Yeah.
Twice a week.
That would do it. That should do it.
Well, then you are an officer now.
You soy
You
an
can
officer.
skip academy.
Okay. Now to the British side of this chat here. Here we go. I'm going to adjust some stuff.
We got a Brit.
We do have a Brit. We have a
Brit.
For 34 votes. Stop. We're not going to call it Brittany. I'm considering it though. It's becoming more tempting. Let me adjust OBS.
I'll change his nickname in the Discord.
To Brittany.
Yeah.
I give you too much power, but I can't take it back because you're kind of critical to the happenings.
Jacob,
of this.
you're joking. So he says, I can't wait to get pulled over so I can ask them if they watch OnlyCops. Megan did that and got out of the ticket.
No way. Based.
She also does that every single time she sees a cop.
Oh my God. That's wildly.
We'll be working at event. She'll go up to him and then like, OnlyCops, and try and get subscribe. So we've probably only gotten like 10 subs out of that, but it works.
Okay.
She gave the dude a sticker because she had the OnlyCops sticker.
Is that not technically bribery in some sense?
No, because it's not a gratuity.
She wasn't trying to get out of the ticket. She was making conversation.
Yeah.
Got a warning out of it.
Shout out to Boot Megan. So this is going to be our British segment. We'll see how far we get. I'm going to give us at least 25 minutes to kind of go through stuff. I have a genuine, certified, free-range, grass-fed British person with a law enforcement background, and they're from across the pond to help contextualize how the Queen, or I guess now the King, does the law.
She's been gone a while, mate.
Yeah, she's been gone. I don't keep track of monarchs. I'm a free person.
Yeah.
Hey,
it's been a while, like 209 years.
The wife is
No.
here. Shout out to the wife being in chat.
Wife stream.
I miss you. I'm gonna take a whole second.
Should we replace Josh with Kinsey?
You are the love of my life. You should never leave ever again because these cats are driving me wild. There it is. Okay. Okay, what's our first clip? We have notes, don't we?
Yeah. Well.
Okay.
Until you said, "Oh, you could just join it."
So this is a home office.
Where's my notes?
How to spot? Oh wow.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
How to spot a drunk person.
How to spot a drunk person across the pond.
I'm gonna just say it. This was made into like an information video they released back a while ago.
Was it?
It was the most stupidest. Yeah. Certainly, yeah. They sent it around. B-list actors for it.
If it's the fall, which is any time between like late August to like early maybe November, you start to get into winter after that. They'll be wearing a Cowboys jersey if it's the weekend. That's how you spot a drunk person in Texas.
At the end of last year, to help the police nip wayward drunken behavior in the bud, the Home Office issued a set of guidelines on how to spot a drunk person. Some might say it's
my boy is struggling.
Obvious, but
Bro, Brits do drunk professionally. Like, dog, this is wild.
just in case you've never been out on a Saturday night, you might want to pay attention.
Like, he's not homeless, he's just drunk. Like,
oh yeah.
Number 1, look for a noticeable change in behavior.
Hey mate, you alright fella? What's your name, mate?
They literally said he's getting arrested, and then what do you think he's gonna do?
Blimey! And he goes gonna go and run.
Too much alcohol can cause a lack of judgment.
Shut up, you fuckhead!
Number 3, loss of coordination. This could be anything from swaying or staggering to even falling down.
Oh my God. Dude.
Yeah.
Call EMS. This chick just got a concussion.
This guy safe wrapped himself.
What he did safe wrap himself. What's also wild is they're not so like signs of impairment, right? Are oftentimes a lot more subtle than this. This is kind of a layup, like for a PI or whatever arrest. But these aren't. I mean, these aren't bad.
Signs.
Yeah, these are.
Almost there now with number 4, and that's decreased alertness.
Can you sit yourself up?
I'm just snoring myself.
And finally, number 5, beware of an unkempt and disheveled appearance. Nice.
Unkept and disheveled appearance. You are drunk.
Yeah.
Once you know a thing or two about catching the drunk and disorderly in the act, is Pacey hauling beer and her 2 colleagues
She's
from late
way
shift.
too happy to be at work. Oh, way too happy.
She's in
Spotting
power.
bladder behavior is
It's because she's what?
In power.
We get different DEI training in America. Oh, my God.
The next 3.5 hours will hopefully bring us some public order.
Public order.
Shifts to go quick. Dare say there'll be a...
Okay, why is she wearing a hat and nobody else?
You know?
For style points?
Just because she's female, essentially, and the hair.
Oh, okay. So it's like a uniform. It's a uniform thing, like for the hair.
Men can wear helmets, but women tend to more opt for it than men. Usually find a sergeant wearing a helmet.
Convenience thing?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I didn't think about that because she probably just can put her hair up in like a ponytail and go get after
and hide
it.
So it's off to the town
Yeah,
centre.
the male officers barely have hair, so it doesn't.
Exactly.
A little old this, but yeah.
And it doesn't take long for Pauline and PC Matt Clark to spot their first culprit with his pants down.
We've seen
It's
there's
like shooting fish in a barrel, dog.
appearing to be urinating in the shop doorway. So we're going to have words.
Having left his mark on the pavement, the man goes on his way. But the jolly duo are quick to stop him in his tracks.
Excuse me, sir. Can you wait there for a minute?
And give him a warm welcome.
Hello. I'm not going to shake your hands because I've just seen what you've done. Go away from the club.
Gloves.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you've seen what he's done, why didn't you put on gloves in the car? Oh. Why are they gonna do the dog thing and like take him to?
I was
the
about
and
to
point
say.
him, rub his nose in it and be like, bad old man.
So question: how big of a write up would it be if you did that? Like held his nose.
Put his nose in it. You probably lose your job if you.
Oh, straight up to
shove
loss.
his face on him.
Wow. What? Okay, so
pushing a guy's face to the ground. If you willingly did it, probably
What
not.
if you bring him over there and he gets aggressive, so you have to bring him to the ground
you brought him out
in his piddle?
I guess you get away with it.
Based.
That's all I want to know.
Today, what are they? Are they called? They're not called robbers over there. What are they called across the pond? What would you call?
Knickers, because they nick things.
Whoa, chill, dog! Oh my god!
CK.
Oh, bro, we're about to.
Bro, for real?
About to.
For real?
About to mute. Clip it.
For real?
Clip it.
No.
Megan, if you're watching this, clip it.
No.
Okay. At a chance at
That's
redemption.
That's your mind. That's you thinking it.
I hope
I
that.
said
I
it with
hope.
an accent.
John. You said I said it with the
There's
dentist.
something else that's called that for you, and you can Google it if you want.
Bro, the chat's about to roast you. They're finally catching
Yeah.
up.
I
to
know.
this
I
clip.
know. They got real bad.
Oh, sure. But I get a pay, Blake.
N-I-C-K.
Sorry. This got really off the walls here. We were supposed to learn
Oh my
something.
God.
This chap's had a few to drink, and by the looks of it, he ticks all 5 of the how to spot a drunk checklist.
All I'm getting off is Sarah's taxi.
My thought was the worst that was going to happen was there's going to be underwear puns. Damn.
Oh my goodness. Oh, he's new to this. It's fine. There's no conduct unbecoming for
I was late and unprepared
videographers.
today. Late and unprepared today.
Oh my god.
Mute it.
Tries a different approach.
So who are you?
You're banned quicker than I got it.
I know.
Say that again.
Roger Weston.
Roger.
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 When I was editing this, it's hard to tell.
My boy's got earlobes for days.
Roger. And your second name?
Weston. W-I-T-E-R-N.
W.
E-R-N.
Yeah.
This could take some time. Whilst Pauline
I had to edit a bit
perseveres
of
with
this
this,
out because it was taking too long.
Dude, I was gonna say, like, did how much you need for PI? What are the elements of the offense for PI? Or is it Is it not public intoxication for y'all? What is this?
Disorderly conduct, probably.
So just is there like a subsection for disorderly?
alcohol.
Okay.
They won't go after him for being. It'd be technically a sexual offence, and it'd be a bit stupid to go after him for that.
No, yeah, I wouldn't go after it. So we had urinating in public, so it's not a.
There isn't really that. It would just be drunk and disorderly.
Y'all don't
It'd
have
just
a
say you're
urinating in public thing?
Not that I know of. Well, I've never dealt with anyone like this before.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. This was again during Cowboy season. He would be. Let's be honest. He's probably
He's swinging it around the room.
Yeah, he's the. I had a lot of, we'll say, entrepreneurs that looked a lot like me and came from south of the border, and I caught them peeing outside all the time. And like, I'll probably 50-50. Like, it depended on how busy I was. Typically, what I would do is I would shine a flashlight. and they'd zip it up and move on. But it just depends. But yeah, I caught people peeing in public all the time. The problem is like, unlike here, you probably have a lot of stuff within walking distance. You were walking me through the map, and like he was like, "Oh yeah, I drive 2 miles to work." I was like, "What?" Like, bro, I drive an hour and a half to get to work, and that's like that's considered reasonable.
Those 2 miles take a while though.
Yeah, but like
You
here,
so many people on that road.
Oh, I believe that. But there's nowhere to go in a lot of places. If you get stuck like having to walk to a parking lot or walk wherever, like there's less restrooms available and whatever. So I took some pity on drunk people having to pee. His affirmative.
His defense.
Oh, I'm here.
Because he couldn't get into a pub because he was too drunk.
My colleague speaking to has been waiting in the doorway, as you can see. It's all been caught on CCTV, which is just up on the top of that pole over there. Just going to see if we can
how close it is, by the way.
first of all. It's the first
See
step.
how close that camera is?
Oh yeah, look at that. It's right there.
Matt, come here,
Okay,
Ted.
you can back that then.
Roger, spell your second name to my colleague, because I'm not getting it.
My colleague.
Yeah.
Roger, have you got any idea at all? Anything, like, even a bank card? Just something with your name
Anything
on it.
at all?
Driver's license, passport, bank card.
Where's your birthday?
Have him right.
They're getting nowhere.
How did he get sloshed with? I guess he could have money on him. I guess like cash.
So there's
Yeah,
only
I've
one
seen a
thing
lot of
for
people carry
Pauline and
cash
Matt to
still.
do.
Roger, I think we're going to have to offer you a bed for the night. Because we need to deal
Hey.
with what we've seen, don't we?
And you can't go
Bro, we just not going to jail?
around.
Maybe that's where the bed is.
on doors.
That's where the bed is, yeah, Joe.
No, I'm just saying, like, why are they even talking to him at this point? Like, put your hands,
UK
put your
police.
hands behind your back.
It's a different type of policing.
I guess you're
It's
right.
friendly.
I guess you're right.
No.
So, Roger, because I can't verify who you are, I'm arresting you for drunk and disorderly. Do not have to say anything, but may harm your defence, but do not mention when questioned something which you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence.
So y'all don't have Miranda warning, right? What's it called for y'all?
Oddly enough, officers call it Miranda warning. Weirdly enough, I don't know why. I don't know where it came from.
It's not y'all's
Oddly
case law,
enough,
but we call it the Miranda
every
warning.
Case law, but we call it the same thing.
Yeah.
That's
It's
what's
this
up.
lady's name's Miranda, and she's giving him a warning.
Now I would not at where I'm at. I didn't offer Miranda because I wasn't gonna question him after this. So like, if they decided to go give me a full on confession about getting hammered at the bar or whatever, it didn't come from me asking them, and so that utterance is going to be covered under.
Utterance, yeah, I was going to say that.
Res gestae
Yeah.
statement, but I get why she's probably doing it for the camera, or maybe this is just policy and she thinks that this is policy or whatever. But
Can be. Just in case someone does ask him a question that could actually prove valuable.
I could see that.
It slowly dawns on the man that
people
his
just
night
don't
on the
kisses
tiles is
and
coming to an end.
Good stuff as always.
What is
But he's not going quietly.
what is he wearing? Is this like a
stab vest?
Oh no way! Why isn't there stuff here?
Yeah. They were German manufacturers.
Like, bro, like, bro, you can get stabbed in so many other places than your
It's
shit.
metal, but it's cheap. It's supposed to be flexible.
So does it only have protection in the front?
It's got protection of all angles. It's like chainmail.
Oh, this is
I was about to say,
chainmail.
That's like chainmail, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of
See the
rad.
back, you can see it.
I'm here for this. I want a stab vest. That seems kind of rad, bro. You know what my ballistic vest would have done to a knife? It would have just sharpened it on the way in, dude. Like, I could
never think about that. Actually.
Yeah, I could take a 45 to the chest and just have like an uncomfortable day and some heartburn. But a knife, like through butter, like you'd have to push kind of hard because Kevlar is still like a pretty thick fabric. But like if a dude had like a spear or like a sword, like I was toast. Like it wasn't gonna do anything.
Or a javelin.
Yeah, exactly.
I've got no idea what you're saying.
No handcuffs.
He's holding his hands while you know, he's not washed his hands.
Do they not put handcuffs on it?
Up until this point, he's been pretty compliant, so they'll opt not to.
But
he's
it's
not
not
been arrested for a violent offense.
So wow, that's wild. That bro, if you're going in the back of a patrol car, it's handcuffs every time.
Well, he's in a cage. You see the cage?
Yeah, but we have cages in ours, and it's still handcuffs all the way. Like it is a fully enclosed
I get
thing.
your point.
Yeah. Oh, I was just curious if it
My
wasn't a
concern is
policy
if they
thing.
searched him.
Yeah, that's fascinating. So is he going to be stuck in this thing, or are they going straight to the?
They'll go straight to station.
Okay.
Because they're no longer useful because they can't store anyone else if something else happens.
He puts up a fight.
They could if he had handcuffs on.
It would be easier.
Well, they're gonna probably put them on. Really.
Knows he hasn't got a chance.
Strap him in on the
behind his back because they're not gonna mess with his front.
You will hurt yourself, all right?
Like I said, they're all touching his hands, and last I checked, he's been using
What?
his hands.
Remember, they're like, I'm not going to take your hands because I saw what you did with it. It's like, well,
Step up on the arena.
there you go. Watch him.
Oh, dude, these handcuffs are put on all dicked up.
Yeah, touch their face.
Can you take these off?
Oh my god.
You decided to up the
It's really this.
I left this part in.
Yeah, this wrist is gonna get jacked up here.
ante. Come on, up you go.
Yeah.
That's it, higher. Bit more.
I said higher.
Butt crack.
That's him.
Yeah, you can see that.
Sit yourself down there.
Yeah. See, if he was wearing his underwear.
You're not gonna strap him in?
No.
Bro.
Drunk dude
So legit
ping pong ball.
This has been court cases for not securing people in the back of a who's it? Freddie Gray died from this in America because you can't save yourself because your handcuffs are behind you, right? And then they break too hard, and he I think he broke his neck or something. But that's wild. Yeah, he died in the back of a
neck.
Yeah, he broke his neck, or he was.
What were they doing? Were they joyriding him around?
I don't know what they were doing, but either way, he was unsecured in the back of a patrol car, and because one, you're in custody, so anything that happens to you once you're taken into custody, it's our fault and our problem. Like you're now, again, Karen custody, as we always say, the joke now here, but yeah, like we have to put them in seatbelts. Now, if they get out of the seatbelt, it is what it is. But typically what would happen is if I had someone that combative, I would put it in, I would just get on the radio real quick. I have a combative. I'm en route to the station, and I would intentionally drive under the speed limit and like take very slow motions because I don't want them getting jostled around. I can't keep them from like trying to like hang themselves. I'd have to like
you don't want to play ping pong between the back window and the front cage. Yeah,
multiple times I've had to pull over on the highway to like put leg restraints or something on someone because they're starting to kick and they're getting to the point where they're going to injure themselves in the back of the patrol cars. So like, but I'm stuck with them. Or we go and transition to like a stretcher. I'll have EMS do the transportation because the likelihood of injury goes way up because we're liable for that. That's why I thought like this is wild to me. Like,
if only we had that in England.
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm getting at. Like it's so much safer. Like it's so much safer. Because like this guy,
if this was a video, I'd say to Juan, cue the video of the EMS guys getting beat in the shit out of back.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing is the difference is like the amount of latitude again American police have is I'm here. All of us have guns and batons and OC and tasers and what every single cop there.
Batons, OC, tasers.
And yeah, and I will
just
get
missing one tool.
Yeah, I will get the. I've ridden in the back of the ambulance with the suspect before. Multiple times. If they were even remotely.
Up in the back one of those?
Yeah, they have seats actually. They have benches.
Yeah,
just
I know they
for
have
us.
seats.
Yeah. But I've had to stand and like hold someone down while we're going to the to the hospital. It's a dumb thing, but this is wild.
There's certain criteria that we've got to fill in order to be given like a ticket on the street. He couldn't fill that criteria because he couldn't understand what he was saying and he had no ID.
What I'm going to say to that is, if he stands up that whole ride and he makes it to station standing up, I just let him go.
I think he's earned it.
He can balance it. Yeah,
I think he's earned it.
Balance it.
So we'll go to custody for the night. Tell you
British
up.
Cops, national and local. More national than local.
She's in way too good of a mood.
So it's back to the station for a cozy night in the cells.
God, these handcuffs are so dicked up.
So when I wrote that, I didn't know I was going to be on the video, so I wrote a joke. Please don't do that, though, guys.
Keep going, keep going.
Oh my goodness.
That's it.
With the evening's excitement out of the way, the suspect seems quite happy to get his head down for the night.
What a nice guy.
He's so he almost put his head in the toilet though.
Like, bro, once you break the seal, dog, you got to keep peeing. So I get it.
Get some sleep.
There you go. Look at that.
Oh my god.
He needs a sombrero on his hat these days.
It was so rare I got someone this nice. Honestly, when people were that drunk, I would always give them the choice to be like, if you can get an Uber here in the next 10 minutes, I'll let you go and get in that Uber.
Yeah, about the same.
Which is
It's
a terrible policy violation. Because like then I'm like putting that on the Uber driver to have to put up with this guy. But it was only if they were cool. And I was very strict about like I'd look at it, I might fudge it and like let it be 12. It's like extra time in a football match, right? Like I'm like 10 minutes is 10 minutes. It's close enough. This thing's close. I can stretch to 12, but like that's wild to me.
A drunk elderly
I think
gent
really in
peeing
the UK, it's more practical to do that because the issue we have is most of the crime at night is like this guy.
Yeah, I can see that.
Just drunks. So it's more practical to say, yeah, you can go.
Bro. You guys don't have people stealing mufflers and copper and holding up convenience stores?
Driving a car into like a gun store to rob it, like that kind of stuff.
Not drive a car for a Domino's.
I tell you what, we are not living in the first world. I tell you what, Britain's crushing it over there.
The fact that someone took the entire roof of a lead house amazed me.
That's impressive. If
Without anyone
anything,
hearing
yeah,
them.
that's wild. Top tier
Camouflage of
contractor.
it, but I'm just like, wow. Yeah, it must be someone as a contractor. I couldn't do it.
Okay, so who's this guy on the left here?
You've jumped ahead a little. It's going to explain.
Oh.
But you're faster than my subtitles.
I reckon he's been in the rumble.
Oh, did I not make subtitles? Oh, it's in the notes, ignore me. It's what we call a taxi marshal. It's more in London, this kind of thing.
Taxi marshal.
Yeah, they just protect the taxi drivers from idiots. Because sometimes you have a walking taxi area. Josh has gone way ahead.
Sorry, I'm skipping.
Yeah, he's just playing silly.
He's skipping everything.
Hold on.
And
I went
basically
back.
This guy's harassing them.
So this guy's harassing the
So-
taxi people, and the taxi
Yeah,
marshal.
and the marshal said, go away. He's gone away. Then he's gone harassing someone else.
Oh, I see.
So they've called the police saying, you know, this guy's out here being an absolute dick, so can you come pick him up, please?
Oh, dude, he took off immediately.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so do you guys like recruit just straight goons for foot chases and stuff like that? Like, is that, or that's not part of the recruiting stat? Like, like you're not in recruiting. And you're like getting an academy class, and you're like,
I
okay,
would
like
recruit him because he's pretty fast.
because you're like, okay, she seems very put together and like adult like. She's just like a really bubbly person. This guy seems like a good fit because he's very like. That guy looks like he wins bar fights. We're gonna pick him just to like throw him into the mix, right?
Yeah.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
What are you doing?
What are you doing? You're an idiot.
Stop fighting with me.
Oh no.
It's pretty decent
Rear
side.
naked choke.
This is probably no, it's not a rear. Although in
No.
America, no BS. Like right about here. Hold on, because Juan makes the joke, but like even though this is an attempt for side
No,
mount,
this is a news clip.
right
Really good
here.
slow-mo.
That
is-
right there.
This right here is the only thing that would make it in American news. It'd be like, officer tries to
Just
kill
Photoshop the
suspect.
leg to being laid down. Yeah.
That's
No, it was
exactly
even
how this would get
when he
portrayed.
goes like this back too
Yeah.
would have been on the clip.
Oh, yeah, it's even better.
They just out there tried to kill him. How dare you try to kill him? This is actually
him out,
pretty
broke his
decent
neck.
side control though. Like it's actually pretty
I'm gonna add a
decent.
little neck cracking sound right here.
Mate, you're under arrest
The best
for
part
being
is this is a
disorderly.
sergeant. So this guy normally sits behind
Stay
desk.
down! Stop fighting! Stop fighting! 2-4, can I have some assistance, please?
Yes, yeah.
The way he said. Can I have some assistance, please? You also bring some biscuits while you're on the way. This
The
guy's
best part is
really tuckering me
actually
out.
accidentally hit his red button. He's accidentally hit his red button as well when trying to key up.
Nice.
He's not focusing. So what you hear the controller go, he's pressed his red button.
Divert you. Back up, please. Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me.
With Dan's emergency button pressed,
There you go.
PC Amy Burnett responds.
They're doing it from the station?
That's wild.
They're not
So
just
the
like out on
reason
patrol?
Why, I'll explain why. Night shift and late shift have just swapped at the exact same time. So they're having a briefing.
Okay, I see.
I did look into this.
So
It's
they
just bad timing.
okay. Then that's okay. I've left.
That's why he's on the call. That's
Yeah.
why Sergeant's gone.
That's fair. I've had the situation where we're like sit because we would turn our radios on. The second I was in the back parking lot of the patrol station, like I'm technically on duty, even if I'm 15, 20 minutes early to work, I would turn on my radio, and there was more than once where, like, as I'm walking to the building, a call is popping out, and the sergeant's just throwing keys at us. Like, hey, go. We'll figure it out when we get there. Like, go figure it out. I've had that happen at least
A radio
once.
briefing at that point.
Basically, yeah. I'll send it to you. It's fine.
It's from South Park Station.
Fill up an assistant shout.
Do y'all have a resisting charge in the UK?
Yeah, I answered yeah.
I think he earned it.
I wasn't listening.
I'll bless
Resisting a
it.
peace officer.
Yeah.
Basically.
Okay, yeah. I was reading the chat.
You're under arrest already. You're under arrest already. You're being drunk and disorderly.
Request for assistance, please be on this job.
So is this position for dispatch, is this a sworn position, or is this just simply a dispatch person?
Oh god, you've opened a rabbit hole. Okay, I'm going to go into this now. This woman is not employed by the government. She's a contractor. If you look at the solder, you can see it says G4S. Yeah, that's a company that normally handles money management, but has expanded. So she's in the control room. Her job is to relay calls to call handlers, i.e. police officers. In some areas, they've started doing this privatization of like the control room itself for some stupid reason.
Why?
So no. If you were, then yeah. But no. I don't know why. This is just like apparently money saving methods that don't make sense to me.
Okay.
They're hiring the same amount of people, so
That's
something's
weird.
going on.
That's weird. Money laundering. British money
I think
laundering.
the direct cars, CCTV, if you can help up. I know that's not appropriate speak, but...
Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah, it's Domino's Pizza at the moment.
It's on television as well.
I'm not quite sure where he is at the moment.
But I need a location, sir. Give me a cross street. Like, that's kind of what it.
We asked the suspect to stop resisting, so we can tell them.
So,
Just give me a minute.
So please hold on.
Stand aside. Man, stay down! Stay down!
Correct, Dan in chat, correct.
So
they do international money transporting. Private security.
We're getting
That's
officers
crazy.
to you. Oscar Delta 18.
And now police dispatching.
That's like having a. Is it Brinks that does the like
Yeah,
ATM?
yeah. It'd be like Brinks
having
being
them do
dispatched.
It
That's
is literally
weird.
that.
That's
But
so
in their
weird.
defense, they've done dispatching for their own firm
For a while.
pretty good.
I mean, I
They've done
guess,
it
yeah,
for a long
but
time. So it's
I
kind
wouldn't
of
wa-
similar.
If I'm a private company, I don't want that kind of liability. Oh,
Yeah.
I wouldn't go anywhere near it.
It's crazy. Income.
2-4, can they come on Europe, please? Get down!
Can they hurry up, please?
Move, we're gonna tase you.
I can
Simple.
see the comments already of like, why were you just standing there recording instead of helping?
100%.
The cameraman.
You know what I'd love to see? Him just
It was
bite
down
his
the
finger
side
and
of
he's
Domino's
pointing in his face.
Pizza.
Domino's Pizza. Do you know where that is?
Move your stay down!
We're going to confirm West Trade or direct cars.
CCTV, can you assist with that, please? I haven't got us.
So is CCTV also Brinks whatever,
They're in the
or is
same
that
room. They're in the same room.
interesting? But is it the same? Like, is that still not city employees? These are just a private firm that's doing all that.
I would have to see who's sat at the desk, but sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't.
That's wild to me.
Sodding cameras.
Y'all are wild.
It's an
dog.
AI robot.
Hey.
Either the red button's
This
not
is
give them
showing
up.
sense
Yes, the
of
open mic, but the controller can turn it back off if they think you've done it by accident. And in this case, they know.
My boy's getting like an A- here so far.
Yeah.
He's
also
no,
getting-
he got top mount and he's just holding him. So I'm not mad. It's the only reason I'm giving the A-. He was at A+ until he tried to handcuff the guy. And I'm like, it's not a handcuffing position. Chill. Like, just wait.
Yeah.
I'd be punching him in the face at this point. I'd be like, yo, chill.
You're under
Well, he's
arrest.
bleeding
It's
from his
simple.
face, so maybe he did.
He's got a long cuff on.
I bet he did give him some juice there. They just
cut
they
it.
edited that
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
Please, get his legs.
With still no
He's gonna come him to the front.
Staff from a local
He's gonna come to the
kebab
front.
shop
Wow.
step in.
Bro.
Let's go kebab.
That's what's up. That's community policing right there.
Why we do things a little different.
Is it here?
You won't know how many times I've been in a pursuit on foot, and some random people will just follow along. And it's like having
Just
a
to
conga
see,
train going
just
down
to
the
see
road.
what's going on. Like, bro, I can help. Maybe I
Oh,
get
they'll
to
help out. It's the funniest thing ever.
Hell yeah.
It feels like some of the black and white cartoons. You just got like
I have
Bob the Builder and whoever else following behind
I've
you.
had a nurse help me in a car accident before, and streams
There's our
unavailable.
suspension. I think it might be for this video, maybe.
Jesus.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, it says it's temporarily blocked because we detected a video belonging to somebody else.
This is that one you're on about, Josh.
Oh.
I'll get you the timestamp for when it's not this, and then we'll go over it.
Stand
Bro, they're blaming me. It wasn't me.
by.
Yeah, it's Juan's fault. Everyone don't look at me.
Juan told me it was safe.
Okay, I can get you the timestamp.
He edited this
timestamp we on?
video and hold on, stand by. I'm at 9:50.
Well, this isn't. Why have you got a flag? I've not got one here. The next flag that's on this is 14
It's back
away.
already.
Is it back?
It's back. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, I'm off it.
Here.
Are we back? Just are you believing what? That's hilarious.
So
started by blaming me.
Panel, there is no copyrights for that section.
Which one? How far?
What we're watching right now. The only copyright I had was for the one that has a really weird name of a company, the Passion Distribution. Which sounds like something entirely different.
I am not seeing the stream yet.
I'm seeing it on the back end over here. Oh wait, never mind. Hang on. Oh no, you're right. It's not there.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna play this for a second and see if it'll bring us back.
Well, guys, thanks for watching. You're here because.
Maybe if I like play. Is it free, my boy? Stand by.
Oh, is it copyrighting you for me?
Almost.
My video?
That's what I'm thinking.
Fixed.
But it could also be for something way earlier.
It probably could have
been.
been.
Flagged you on my panel.
Almost fixed.
No, but it shouldn't be because unless
So
you have told them to flag it, it wouldn't.
No, that's a good point. Yeah. Unless YouTube's being retroactive.
And the problem is it doesn't
change.
tell us what the problem is until way after the stream is done. It'll tell us what the offending
infraction is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are we starting to go and talk crap while we...
So what it says for me is the video cannot be monetized.
I mean, monetization's
Yeah, might be
fine,
different.
but this is like killing us. Yeah.
For
hold on.
live stream, so yeah, if it's detecting it for live stream though, the thing with the live stream is
Example channels, ID claims.
Preempt it. You can dispute it after the fact and they'll put it back, but during, they're just gonna block it. And we've had this problem before with a British video. It was the one with the soccer hooligans.
We're back. Okay.
Thing.
So I wonder. So we're back. I'm sorry that this happened to you guys.
Is the Brits on a Tuesday?
It's the Brits on a Tuesday. Well, I'm gonna, for the sake of being safe,
It's Tuesday.
and safety
Josh.
first. It's Tuesday. Give us a Tuesday.
Tuesday.
I tried to say it fast.
Yeah, I tried to say it
fast. I do want to thank
Tuesday.
you. For I don't want to push it too much, so we will continue. We're going to beta test some of the British clips. I do want to thank you for your time and thank you for your service, although you were not servicing my community or even my country for that matter. There was a lot of old drunk people that were safe because of you, and that is incredible.
I wrote you.
Like
I
an
can give you a
after party of the
timestamp.
British.
If you go to
Tuesday.
Hang on.
All the ways they're spelling it. But I'm going to go ahead. Fucking Tuesday. At least I didn't do the wo-o-bo-o or whatever.
Josh, here's what we can do.
I'm gonna
You
send
see
you some
the chat
shorts.
You're going to send me some? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a bunch of Instagram ones that you skipped because they didn't have Discord for some reason doesn't always show the like little video clip preview, and I think you skipped all of those that I had.
Like I said, you should do Patreon live streams for this. Where's our chat?
I definitely want to see. There's one or two in here that were really something I wanted to see.
Okay, we're going to start playing these for y'all. So the wo-o-bo-o people don't get mad at us.
Yeah, this one don't play with audio.
This one specifically?
It's got the Super Smash Bros. Music on it, so let's just play it safe. But I do like this is just crazy international policing.
Try to zoom in here if I can.
Yeah, low control plus.
Those riot shields?
Yeah.
What are they doing up there?
Oh my god! Oh my! The animation is what got me, dog.
The
Eliminated.
doorway's just like, oh, no. Oh, he shoved him.
Dude, what a wild way to build a house.
And then grabbed him.
I'll be honest, they should have just kicked him off.
Well,
Consider
they
yourself
did, but
arrested.
They grabbed him again.
Yeah. Consider yourself arrested, friend. Kick him off. There it is.
I sent you, Josh.
Gabe. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, hold on. I'm pulling all the ones that Juan sent to me here.
Yeah, you go.
We
They're all
will.
pretty short, but.
Okay,
Okay,
can I play audio on this one?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. I gotta zoom out now.
Charlie 731.
I just like this one.
Oh, it's the South Dallas special. It strikes again. Okay, question.
Oh.
So for us, at least in Texas, registration of a vehicle is tied to the license plate, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so for some odd reason, the state is the one that'll issue you the license plate after you purchase, but you're allowed to own the vehicle before you get said registration on the vehicle, right?
Okay.
And so what the joke was always here in Texas, or at least in DFW, is every single time I saw a paper plate, I just referred to it as the South Dallas special, where they just went and bought one for $5 and throw it on the vehicle so they don't have to get it registered. My question to you is, how would you read that plate?
The radio?
Yes.
0 Charlie 7314 Charlie.
Interesting. So I do the same thing, and everyone gets mad at me because we do, I guess, non-military phonetics because we don't. Well, I guess Charlie. We say Charles, not Charlie, because Charlie's still the military phonetic. But it would be like B is boy, not Bravo. Like A is Adam, not Alpha for us. So I had a very different like phonetic thing for
Kind
this.
of name based, yeah.
Yeah. That is definitely the South Dallas special, baby.
Mm-hmm.
They have the exact same fucking.
I'll say actually in the UK, in all fairness, they won't have like untraceable plates. They'll have like dealership plates that you'll send back to your dealership in some cases.
Yes,
you get your actual.
Yeah, we have.
Or you can buy the plate off them.
So we have dealer tags, which is different. That's when like the dealership has to move the vehicle. But like when the buyer has it, it's like 30 days that you have the paper plate, and then you're supposed to get the actual tag. So that's hilarious to me, though.
Yeah, that's not.
Wow. These are not the ones.
He's using it to do a commercial for his restaurant.
All I'm gonna say is
Crunchy.
England, at least.
It actually is on his restaurant page.
Oh, that's incredible, Mr. Crunchy.
I didn't even see that. Bro, Mr. Crunchy, go check him out.
That's goated, dog. I don't know if that's necessarily an offense, though. I mean, in South America, they don't need offenses, but would getting on
move the vehicle.
That's what I'm getting. If you don't move it, you don't manipulate it, and you don't damage it.
And it's not gotten doors, so it's not like he's opened a door without consent.
If it was a bicycle, he would have gotten away with it. Bicycle in NYPD, he would have been fine.
Oh my God, what have we done?
Oh, what'd you do?
Awful link.
It's like a
Mr.
weird.
Crunchy.
It's a weird link.
Wait, which one are you?
Is it the way you copied it?
This should all be Instagram ones. Can you just click it on the Discord? It opens.
Oh.
It's because it says.
Oh, you're only.
Link.
Yeah, you've only copied the end of it. You haven't copied the Instagram.com/.
Oh,
right click and click copy link on Discord.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's because some of these are 2 lines because they're longer.
Say, let him close the door. He did. He did.
Fuck, don't touch.
Oh, he's Australian.
That's Dan.
Dan, come get your people, bro.
Say, let him close the door.
Come get you as well.
He did. He did.
The kind of ignorant response you would get from an American police officer for doing that. Now, not all of them. There are going to be some softies out there, but like, you're talking one hand would get on your wrist here. The next hand would get you kind of like right behind like the fat of your tricep. And you're going to know precisely what the flavor of that grass is. And you'll remember it for a while. Like that is how incredibly ignorantly that would be approached.
Meanwhile, she's just like, just don't touch.
Stop it!
Don't touch. It's like being a tourist. It's like you touch the horse in garden.
Bad.
This case is an actual firearm.
Don't touch.
Like I'm more forceful with my cats. Like, dog, what is going on here?
We fucked up like I'm gonna turn myself in, man. Do your job.
Oh, I've seen this.
That's fucking right. You damn right I ran.
My boy's got chops too. Oh my god, he's fast.
Barefoot.
They stand 0 chance. If that guy's got stamina, he's gone. That is incredible.
Wait, this is a good one.
This is also the difference in between walking next to someone and escorting someone.
Yeah.
Hands-on are required for escorting. That's hilarious to me. Also, there's a lot of officers. There's a lot of officers for him. I wonder if it's like a mental health call or something.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
That's a firefighter there.
That's wild. They have a firefighter there. I wonder if he notices before anyone else does.
Well, who's the guy in the white that's not... Oh, it's a police officer. I can see his patch. Couldn't see it before.
Bro. They stood 0 chance on that.
Swedish Moose, can you send that one again? Just put it in the Tuesday stream thing and I'll link it to Josh.
Let's see it.
I don't know if the Swedish Training Center. I was hoping Keith would be here for this one. It's his line of work now.
Ain't no way.
Okay. Let's just say this. If you're going to run in that thing, kind of pointless.
Wonder what the yeah, I don't even know what you do. I mean, you just wait for it to run out of gas, I guess. You can't pit an 18-year-old. Well,
yeah,
you can with farm equipment.
Whoever you put at the front's gonna have a bad day.
Yeah.
Okay, let her fuck.
Comes back.
Oh shit.
He's gonna take that a little short. I was about to say. I wouldn't take his Class A away because he kind of crushed that.
Yeah, he.
This guy's
Just hope I was in the back of that. It's not that sensitive cargo.
Oof.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's the firefighters on about.
Yeah. That's funny.
Has he learned a lesson now, or is it?
No.
Like California system is going to be out tomorrow.
Exactly. They're going to be like, well, we're going to suspend your license and make you give 3 Hail Marys and we'll call it even. The Lubbock House, the Clubhouse show.
The Clubhouse.
I had to really think about that for a second.
The Clubhouse House.
Cops, the same questions they ask us.
Freeman, you doing all right over here? Okay. Just checking my computer. Doing what? Just checking my computer. I heard about some suspicious behavior over here, so we were just checking out in the area.
I am here for this joke. This is incredible. It's a consensual stop. I'm all for
What
it.
department are you with? I work for Collin County Sheriff's Office. Collin County?
Collin County.
Shout out to Collin County.
That's our boys.
You got ID on you? I sure do. Can I see it, please?
My boy's hamster is not moving fast. He's like, what did he just say? Honestly, like, if you can't have fun with this, like, you're doing it wrong.
Want to see my... Yeah, please. I need to see your ID.
I would say, I would give him, I'd say, if you give me $100, I'll let you see my ID.
No, I would immediately go, am I being detained?
I put on a blank nice piece of paper.
Yeah. Where are you guys
There's
coming
my
from
ID.
today? What are you out here doing
just
today?
flip it.
Where are you actually coming from today?
I'm here.
From here? You've been here all day? Okay, where are you headed to right now?
Back to where I need to go, back to the front of
Are you serious?
You licensed to carry that firearm? Okay. You do me a favor while I'm dealing with you. Can we go ahead and put your firearm up for my safety?
Absolutely.
Where are you headed to? So we're just out. We heard there's a lot of drug trafficking going on in the area.
He's got a writer with him. That's incredible.
We've been getting tips from people.
What's funny
So
is
we're
the
just out
comments are all
checking on
roasting him for
people.
being
I mean, we
alone,
saw that the store is
like a girl
closed
in a
down.
parking
so-
lot.
Do what?
Like all of the comments are like saying it's suspicious that he's alone with a girl in a parking lot, like in an empty parking lot.
Yeah.
I guess they all saw that San Diego video.
It's not unprecedented. That's all I'm trying to say. It's not unprecedented.
It was kind of suspicious that you're just sitting here.
Lieutenant Yon?
He hit him with the suspicious.
Lieutenant Yon. All right. What are you out here
getting
doing
his
today?
ID. Has he not processed this yet?
Okay. Where are you headed to?
Going to work?
Do you have anything illegal on you that I should know about?
No, sir, no.
Okay. You don't have any drugs or illegal firearms or anything?
He's having
in
a
the
good
vehicle?
time.
Yeah.
All right. Would you mind if I take a look?
Yes, I would.
If I can, I can just have you sit on the
He knows
curb
his
right
own
over there.
rights.
You don't get
It's not a surprise.
Do you have anything illegal on you?
This is incredible. What's funny too is like all of these guys are trying to make sure he doesn't need anything. Like, but once they realize he doesn't need anything, like I would deuce. Like I'm not gonna sit here and deal with this guy.
I'm just asking. I don't know, drugs, weapons.
That's actually top notch.
Start quoting poster 7 at him.
Oh my god. Sir, I'm just traveling. You're a road pirate.
If I were in that position, I'd start quoting a sovereign citizen book.
Just for
to
fun.
mess with them.
Yeah.
Maritime law. I am traveling.
Am I breaking any laws?
Maritime.
Am I free to go?
Oh my god. Oh, that's incredible. I did not expect that. Crime does not pay. This cop has nothing. Dog obstructing a roadway, pedestrian in a roadway. Like,
yeah,
pedestrian in a roadway I can see, but it's also a fake rope. Like it's an invisible rope.
Yeah, that's fair. That's hilarious.
Also, they're not actually holding anything
with a rope.
That's pretty top
he was
notch.
blocking me with a hand.
Oh,
is this Patty Mayo? Did y'all send me a Patty Mayo video? Juan?
It says sheriff.
It's
sheriff.
Well, if I put that on, would you say I'm a sheriff?
Yeah.
2 shots and a rebel.
I mean, I put on this and the chat calls me sheriff, so.
You breath smell like shit.
Cognac.
Yeah, it smells like
cognac.
It smells like cock.
That's all I could
That's
drink.
what it smells like.
You're gonna
smells like cognac.
Are you gonna try?
Cognac.
Okay, if you're gonna take.
How much you had to drink?
I told you 2 shots and a rebel.
It smells like you had a.
And rubble. I think she meant
Red Bull.
Red Bull.
Red Bull. Yeah.
I haven't got to see the chat because I've been trying to pull these things.
Yeah, I pinged you in one on the.
We're back.
Stream filter.
Are they complaining about Juan still? Yes.
They said I did it.
No doubt.
A whole lot more than
You
that.
wanna smell me?
Your breath smell like shit.
Cognac.
Yeah, it
That
smells
was
like.
cognac.
It smells like cock.
That's all I
Smells
could
like
That's what
drink.
it smells like.
Patty Mayo would be very familiar with that scent. That's probably why. Said subject matter expert.
Smell is the sense most tied to memory, right?
Get out. Are you just quoting? Oh, dude, that's
no,
top
that's an
notch.
actual. That's a real thing. Yeah.
Juan. Oh, that's it's statistics. It's
I
science.
think. Remind me,
It's a-
if I'm not
it's a
wrong,
real
they did
fact.
a test on this where someone memorized something and then made them smell something, and then an exam. And back to
It's actually a
things
good
and write down what they remember.
It's a good study trick. Like they tell you to like chew gum or something, so you can chew gum during the test because it'll tie back to. And it makes sense because like if you smell something bad, you want to remember it's poisonous or something good that you can eat it.
That's someone tell me
That's what
America
poison is an
stopped
exam
being a
one.
country, became a
Pretty bad
corporation.
exam.
When we are in fact in New Zealand. I believe that. Dude, I really think like a lot of people and this is a total like sidetrack thing, but I'll keep it short. But like the privatization of the state in America is totally a thing. Like it's wild.
Apparently in the UK too.
Yeah, dude, you're like hater. Yeah.
They took it too far.
Really think about it.
They took it too far.
Really convincing.
In the
Pretty
creek.
good.
They're working their way south in the creek. It's like one male boy plant, black.
He's waiting for him to get off the radio.
Did they fall for this?
Oh, this is
Blonde
good.
hair,
I've seen this.
Red pants, black hoodie, black and orange backpack.
Better stop.
That's like a walrus.
Hands behind your back. You're under arrest.
The guy came out.
They got him.
What the?
Got him.
Make us really.
That's pretty hot. I'm here for that. I have a man crush on that officer.
Could you imagine if the suspect just sees the guy doing it and he's like, "Yeah, right."
I'd give him style points. I'd be like, you know what? I bless it.
Yeah, I'd get out probably. Just be like, you're not really a dog, but yeah.
Juan.
I forget if this one
This
has
is your
music or
people.
not.
Hold on.
I know. It does. Y'all get the idea.
Oh, this is our people.
Yup.
That's every noise complaint I ever went to.
You kind of missed what happened, but
My
it's
boy
fine.
running.
Second.
My boy's kicking it. Yes.
He climbed out the back window, handcuffed, and runs away.
My boy. The random McDonald's?
The random McDonald's commercials, but yeah, you don't go.
And the best part is because it's not American, you've not got some like HOA Karen around the corner. It's not going to get called in as someone running with handcuffs.
Oh, dude. Everyone's like, my
We're all
bad.
just like,
my
yeah, that's
dog.
normal.
He earned his freedom.
Yeah.
Also, like a
Probably got his
total like ranchero, like for being able to get out of that in handcuffs and not fall on his face. That's pretty impressive. Okay, what is this? What'd you just send me?
I love that first comment. All restraints.
Which one? The last one's the one that Moose wanted to see about the Swedish things.
Okay.
Swedish training.
Hej och välkomna till
We skipped this one before the
övningsmiljöer.
other week.
Police.
Police.
It's kind of like if you asked my toddler to write something.
I'm gonna roast this guy for the weird stabby pen, like glass breaker thing he's got going on here. She looks pretty squared away though, and he also looks like he's in pretty decent shape.
Jag heter Evelina Henkel.
Och jag heter Fredrik Strömqvist.
Vi jobbar som
He looks like he's got one.
She's a drop leg.
Can I do?
No, look
okay.
at her. You see the bottom left?
polislärare här på polisutbildningen.
I
Idag ska vi göra
She does
en
have a
virtuell
drop leg, yeah.
rundtur här.
Bro, they're doing this in an IKEA.
Oh, that's amazing.
That's incredible.
I didn't think about that until you said that.
It's literally an IKEA.
And they've painted the wall to look like it's a city background.
Yeah, this is top notch.
Visa lite av de här miljöerna som
I
finns
guess
här.
if you're from the country
Ja,
IKEA
bland
is
annat
from, you might as well do it.
Yeah.
polis-
Bro, this drop leg is way too long.
Yeah.
Like, hold on.
Actually,
Hold on.
yeah, we
I'm
need to
gonna
see,
take
like,
care of
we
the
need to
CNC.
upstairs.
Hold on. Bro, this is long, dude. Like, she's having to like bend down to pick that thing up.
Yeah, I'm not liking it.
So drop leg holsters, for the uninitiated, the reason why drop leg holsters became a thing was the advent of like heavy body armor, like ballistic plates. When you have cummerbunds, which are on either side of your torso, a traditional draw of your gun can get very cumbersome. Like you'll end up hitting your equipment when you're trying to draw your pistol. And so these drop legs became very popular in SWAT. And like all things, if it's cool in SWAT, it gets cool everywhere else. But like, yeah. And so like, I don't know what's going on here, dog. They're not even wearing vests. Like, this is weird.
Vi har lägenheter, butik,
I need to go back to...
och lite andra miljöer där våra studenter kan träna så verklighetstroget som möjligt.
So we just went to IKEA.
Tanken är att hela miljön ska återspegla ett händelseförlopp.
Bro, this guy's got cauliflower ears. I'm scared of this man.
Under en dag som polis skulle man kunna säga. Det finns möjlighet till utsättning där man får ett jobb, ett case inne i polishuset.
Genuinely scared of this. Why are they blurring that out?
Yeah, why they blur him now? Like, go back a few seconds. You can see him clear as day like a few seconds before.
He's been here this whole time.
Skulle man kunna säga.
Yeah.
Det finns möjlighet
And then you
till
got some guy doing some
utsättning där man
tape.
får ett jobb.
Look at him. He's super
Right now, and then...
Man kan gå ut i ett garage, man kan ha sin polisbil.
The editor didn't do that. He's just got a superpower.
Jobba ifrån.
No, the editor's just like, I can't be asked making it move, just stationary.
Also, the Volvo's a flex.
Avrapportering,
Yeah, they definitely brought the
insättning,
best
så att
vehicles
alla
for this.
delar finns
Yeah.
med lite grann som från ax till limpa helt enkelt.
Why are they practicing putting out crime scene tape? It's not a thing
It's
that
not how
requires...
to do.
You know how much training did you get on crime scene tape?
None.
0. How about flares?
I got asked, do I know how to do tape?
Yeah.
That was it.
Bro.
Flares? Here's a flare. You do this. Done.
I bet you
yeah.
somebody at the department screwed it up, and now they all have to do it.
I can see that.
God's
You
How
know
can
what?
You, crime scene
You know
tape?
what
What,
one?
do they wrap around some toddler's neck?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That-
mean,
I bless it.
or put it on the car somehow, or
Somebody had to move.
Contaminate the
Yeah.
crime scene.
yeah, or got it all tangled up.
Och vi anser väl här i
Very
Borås.
sloppy.
I wish you were wrong. I started keying up trying to argue with you, and then I was like, damn it, that's
I know
exactly
how-
why.
I know how big organizations work.
Det
I've dealt with enough
är
of
en
them.
relativt unik miljö att
They're all
kunna
the same.
träna i för att kunna skapa de förutsättningarna.
Crime scene tape in the whole area.
till en av våra övningslägenheter.
Okay, pause it.
Följ med in.
Are we watching police or are we watching like a home tour, like a sale?
It was very nice. It's like gimbaled
It's
too.
nice.
Hold
The
on.
names
Det
of the
är en
houses.
unik miljö att kunna träna i.
They've got really good
skapa de
lighting in this
förutsättningarna.
location.
Like, bro, this is a gimbal
Ni är
camera.
välkomna
What are we
in till en
doing?
av våra övningslägenheter. Följ med in. Här är en
And not a GoPro like everybody else.
lägenhet uppbyggd som en riktig lägenhet.
This is
Flera
literally
små
an
rum,
IKEA.
toalett, kök.
I can't unsee it.
Den här balkongen där
Or they just hired
lärare,
IKEA to build their
studenter
training
kan stå och
center.
titta, observera
That would
när
make sense,
någon
though.
genomför ett
Why
case.
not?
Vi tränar
It makes a lot of
kriminalteknik.
sense.
Det kanske
Although-
varit ett bostadsgymnasium.
Once again, Josh, you would be destroying everything in that room eventually.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, none of that's going to survive, so I would not put a working TV in there, for example.
I bet you this is not for like shooty training though. I bet you
Probably
this is
like
like
walking through
crime scene
and,
investigations,
So
walkthroughs.
I will say this: what she's doing right there is top notch. So we would do this for looking for. So you just kind of swivel it on the floor. If you're looking for hair, it's huge. This is like it stands out like a sword. Also, when you're looking for brass. In grass, you actually hold your flashlight up like this because you want it to reflect. So you'll get like a little brass thing. Same thing in like parking lots. You're looking for a reflective surface. And so, like, again, it's America, so shell casings are totally a thing you look for all the time. More specifically in the ghetto in America, you look for shell casings.
En brott här. Där man
It's literally what they're doing, yes!
Det kan också vara att det är ett relationsbrott. Och då är det kanske
What's going on here?
No, he just dropped his
statister och
remote.
figuranter.
Oh yeah, it's like a scenario-based training. Yeah.
In the UK, we don't do crime scene evidence collection unless it's very obvious. We have our own specialist teams for that.
We do, but they'll
stuff.
only do it for like a murder. I had to do all
Yeah.
of my own crime scene for everything. Like I lifted fingerprints. I collected like all the I had to like take it's like I could say a shooting happened but nobody died. Like crime scene wasn't gonna come out, especially in the middle of the night, or if it was like a busy night. So like we had like 4 murders that happened. Like sometimes the murders would get the crime scene tape, but I only had an ag assault, so they were gonna make us do the ag assault. So I've had to do the whole. I actually took a class on like starting on the outside and like taking pictures, walking your way in, and establishing like location in the pictures, and then like marking where I found shell casings, the whole nine. I've had to do that a couple times. I didn't like doing
Teach it, but they don't expect you to do it.
Inte som är här och skådespelar och det de har lärt sig teoretiskt.
This guy gets
tränar man
smoked.
sen här praktiskt.
He's not getting shot now.
Nu befinner vi oss på Lottas livs.
What's this got mood lighting? Juan, they backlit this guy. What is this?
Nice.
Look, hold on.
Bro.
Be proud, Juan. Be proud, Juan. Watch.
Skådespelar och
It's
det de
terrible
har lärt sig
lighting, but like
teoretiskt
there's
tränar man
clearly
sen här
directional light here. Look.
Oh
Nu
yeah.
befinner oss på Lottas livs, som är den butik som vi har.
I'm gonna
Butiken
argue it's
är
for the
ju
store.
byggd för att den ska
Yeah,
uppfattas
it is.
så
It's for the
realistisk
wall.
och verklig som möjligt.
It's like
så att
display light.
studenterna
Just the
under
wall when
övningen
nothing's
ska
out.
kunna svepas
But
med
they
liksom, och
just
lura
have done a
ihjäl.
very good job having quality lights in this whole space
I buy that.
that give you this very nice cinematic feel without
I'm going to make
needing
one
to set up
comment about
something.
this, though. Logistics kind of a nightmare if this is all real stuff because it's going to disappear.
Oh yeah, dude. 100%. I think
People
also
think police won't steal that stuff. You'd be
It's probably
amazed.
display
Oh,
stuff.
dude. Yeah, they have to
Cans
empty
of
it so
Coke.
nobody takes it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All of these are empty cans of Coke. Because that would
Some guy
100
logistics got
become
to drink them all.
it would become someone's snack slowly but surely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Att kunna öva på så verkligt som möjligt.
that
Här,
can- soup.
Or IA
Tuna.
would fill it with something that gives you diarrhea. Like violent diarrhea.
That's how they know.
Big brain shit right there.
You've given me a big
Let's
idea
öva.
now.
Like milk.
Exactly. So only the brown people get it. Everybody else can drink it.
Wow. The Hawaiian brown people.
vi är allt ifrån snattericase till
Oh,
råncase till
You ever done the enzyme pills for
I can
your
do
lactose intolerance?
I can do them. I just I have to eat something before that. So like I'll eat like if I eat like a hamburger, like something real greasy, I'll eat something greasy, take the lactose enzymes, and then typically I could get away with a little bit of ice cream. But like I don't ever
Okay.
try to overdo it because it will tear me up even if I take the enzymes.
som kan tänkas händas ute i
Take two.
vardagen. Som vi då vill
I do
öva
actually
och
every time.
förbereda våra polisstudenter för.
Oh look, they got the shooty. Oh, what's the hats? Hang on.
These are kind of cute cadet hats.
Yeah.
Bro, the OC application. These guys are
They've got a
wild.
good HVAC in there.
How are you gonna OC a guy with his hands up?
Den ska kunna vara lite
Well,
realistisk.
here's a knife
See,
on
if
him.
this
He's
was-
not got his hands up.
If this
Go
was
back.
if
If
American,
that's hands up to you, Juan, I want to see you do the
so in America, they would just do like this frame here where you can't see the knife. Yeah. Oh, he's getting after it. That's a full.
You gotta remember, I'm the media representative
Även
here,
om
so
fasaden är ju tänkt att den ska kunna vara lite realistisk.
I'm ignoring
Så
all
att det finns
context.
ett bakparti och en gavelparti här. Även om man kan stå uppe på läktaren på andra sidan och titta ner och se vad som händer under övningen.
You get a debrief when they roast you.
They're talking to a naked lady.
Utanför vårt RLC som står för regionledningscentral.
No.
Härifrån
No.
så...
It's like a flesh tone. What the hell? She was blurred out with like a flesh tone top, so it looked like a naked.
Although, would be good for a training environment. You just say, hey, this stripper's got some community service hours she's got to go do. Oh, dude. How many times you got to fight naked people? Like,
skickar ut larm till våra studenter som är på en övning, antingen i radio eller en annan övning i något
cover them
annat
in
ämne.
feces,
Och
you
det
know?
sköts precis som en vanlig regionledningscentral där man skickar ut larm till polisbilar som åker på larm.
That's a nice cafe.
Hej. Välkomna då till Bettys
Bistro. Welcome to Betty's Bistro.
Som är våran krog och pub.
So, you know what's wild? We did our like patrol simulation in Six Flags.
Yeah.
So they shut down. We have an entire theme park in the middle of our city, and it has like a town in it basically. And so it shut down. So there's nobody in the park but like police staff, and there was some security staff that was there. And we had a bunch of actors come in, and they would dispatch you to. So we were on like foot patrol, and they would dispatch you and your partner to a bunch of different scenarios. It was actually kind of. It was basically what they're doing here. But you were dispatched individually, and it was wild. And so you'd get critiqued on different dispatch. But it got you to, like, listen to the radio and hear your number and, like, orient yourself. And then they would do, like, emergency calls where they would tone it out for us and then make us, like, run to a location before we had to go do something. And it was smart.
Miljö.
On the radio topic with numbers, there was a system they tried doing your number was your car number at one point in the UK. And suffice it to say, a lot of people got the numbering wrong.
No.
They're like saying someone else's number, and they're sending the wrong people to the wrong place, and it's like, oh.
So do you guys don't have unit numbers then?
No, we do now. We did, and they wanted to try car numbers for some.
Oh, that's stupid.
Stupid reason.
That's extra dumb.
It flopped.
Yeah.
It caused that many issues, and then they got rid of it the same day they put it out.
We had beat designations. So, like, I was the 230s officer. So, if I was the 230s fourth shift officer, I was 234. Versus if I was, like, the day shift officer, I'd be, like, 231 was my designation over the radio. And it was whatever. And it would even have, like, Josh 3133. So, like, it would have my badge number. So, if they wanted to address me specifically, like, let's say I'm riding 2-man. So if me and Bill are both there, it's going to show 234 as both me and him. They could even ask us specifically. So 234, and if he keys up, they'd ask Officer so-and-so, like, what do you want or what do we need from you? But we did it by beat assignment, not by, which that you would remember because that's where you have to be at work. So
yeah, that's where you normally are, yeah, unless it changed.
But it sucked. I would have to rotate every fourth shift down to a different beat, and I hated it because multiple times I keyed up as the wrong person, like especially when I was new. And they were like confused.
Imagine you needed assistance and they got to the wrong place because that.
Well, it wasn't I had the location right. The problem was I'd be like 234, and the actual 234 would be like, the fuck? Like, why are you saying you're me?
That's my ghost calling out.
Yeah. And even dispatch knew because they would see like the radio attached to it.
Yeah.
They'd be like confused. Do you mean 274? And I was like, yeah, 274. I got better. I got older and I got better. But yeah, that first like year when they kept the first year, it was like every other shift. They kicked me around to wherever they needed me, and that sucked. Because I would spend the whole first 2 hours of my shift like staring at my unit numbers, saying it a bunch of times. Do what?
You've just got to find something catchy with those numbers that you can't remember, though.
Yeah. I guess got to attach it to a smell.
Birthday, something. Yeah,
attach it to a smell.
Yeah. Vi kan öva någon som har druckit för mycket.
En taktisk utbildningsmiljö som är ett slags vapen med med små patroner med tvålösning. Det kan man använda i dem.
Are they practicing shooting him in the leg?
Or they just missed.
Med lokalen. Men då får man ha på sig sån här skyddsutrustning, hjälm som skyddar ögonen och halsen.
Här inne har vi då vårat
Simulator rum. That's funny.
Simulatorrum. Det är vanliga pistoler som är ombyggda med en laserpekare i, kan man säga, som ger en effekt på en skärm när man skjuter. Och där kan man spela upp alla möjliga scenarion där man kan testa juridiken, man kan testa lite
I've seen one, if you want to pause it, Josh. Oh, it's free walls. You got 3 walls.
They suck
free projectors.
so hard, though.
It sucks.
I hate these so much. I've done the single wall. I've done the 3 wall. I've done a 7 wall, which is kind of rad. Vortex Edge, their training center. You literally step into it, and it's as close to it's like 270 degrees, basically.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty big platform. Like, it was about the size of it's like 15 by 15 foot platform that you kind of stood up in. But they all suck compared to scenario-based shooting.
Heavy headsets at this point, they exist.
Yeah.
Till vår polisstation.
Exactly.
Även den har vi försökt göra så autentiskt som möjligt. Så vi ska börja med att gå in i arresten. Bänkar där man gör avvisitering.
Fake
Och den
jails.
som är gripen eller omhändertagen om man ska sitta i en av våra celler. Det är polisyrket som man dock
medverkar i. Very secure like cells, but I can understand why.
Bro, what are these electrical outlets? Oh.
Yeah.
Då är detta går igenom vad som händer under dagen.
He said welcome to Europe.
Och i studenternas fall blir det kanske
We don't associate them anymore.
Bro, they're still rocking the SIG 226. Hell yeah.
What
do y'all carry?
Depends on your area.
For real? Is that big of a difference? Oh, I guess it's fine. I mean, our
Yeah,
departments
you've got
carry different
budgets.
stuff. Yeah.
What you'll find in the UK is you'll have like London will buy the latest stuff, and then another districts who don't want to replace their stuff will buy that stuff second hand. So then you got like a hand-me-down purchasing system. So they don't have the budget in one area to say deck out with new stuff. They'll buy all the other stuff, including in some cases some of the ammunition, because for some odd reason when they buy new stuff, they also buy new ammunition instead of using what they've got.
Dog.
Probably part of the deal process they do in logistics. So if you're in London, you'll get all the new stuff, but you've got to put up with a lot more.
All the bullshit, yeah. And same thing, kind of like what sucks is like the nicer departments that are well funded tend to be like for us, it's like cop hell, where their crimes like, oh my god, someone shoplifted, and it's like a code 3 response with like guns and SWAT. Like, it's wild how all their equipment's super nice and new and they're well funded, and then you have like the crap holes like Dallas where it's like they're doing real like scary police work and they barely can keep their cars on the road.
I guess here, I'll give some examples if you want. So you'll find that places, and I don't want to dox, so I'm going to pick somewhere random in my head. So Manchester and London, right? They have the latest stuff because they're the biggest areas as well as Glasgow.
Okay, hold on. They got a question in the chat here. I can't answer. Do all cops carry guns in the UK or only armed police? Thank you, Christian Halsey, for the
Do all cops wish they carried guns in the UK? Yes.
That's a better question. Yeah. Well, so is it a general, like, people find it annoying when they become cops that there's like a period where they can't? Or like, are the armed police spots coveted because at least you get to be armed? Because I've heard the opposite from you before.
Yeah, they're not very preferred because you get the high risk calls all the time.
Yeah.
Kind of obvious why, I guess.
Sure.
Pay doesn't change. It's slightly hard to get promoted because it's a more tight-knit units. It's not like there's a whole bunch of positions just popping up above you.
And they've already taught you how to do all this stuff, so like why pull you from the position if you already have the training and the certifications?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's very, say, restrictive. So no, not all. Depends what force you go into though. If you go into the nuclear constabulary, you'll have a gun, no matter what you're doing.
That's
If you go into Ministry of Defence, you can have a gun. If you go into the Met, no, you're not going to have a gun. By default, you're going to have to work for that. Usually it'll take you, I'd say 20 weeks, plus a few extra months of training thereafter.
20 weeks to get a gun?
Plus training, a few months.
Wow. That is a serious training regimen for... Did we get... probably about 4 weeks worth of training, probably total. If it's rifle, it's 5 because that rifle, but rifle's only 1 week long.
Okay, I'm not an auditor, America, but I think that's your police problem. Just crank that up a few weeks and
well, there's only once a year remedial, like for you to just requalify. That's a day. That's the only thing that they'll ask is that you come in for one day. And it's not even a full day. I have gone to work, been told, hey, you need to qualify, driven to the training center, shot my gun, cleaned it, and put it back in my holster to qualify, and went right back to work. Yeah, we suck at shooting collectively.
Yeah,
as
meanwhile
police
in
officers.
England,
It's like an act of God.
it's
Question.
somewhere between 6 to 12. Gone.
If you're a armed police officer, do you take it home or do you leave it in the armory?
Good question. It depends on your assignment.
What?
Again, it depends on a million factors. Majority, no, because you'll have end of the day, you'll have a counting of what you've got. If you're authorized to and you have a reason to, then yes.
That's weird. So if
you're
it's
on call, for example, you will keep it.
That's what I figured. If you were like in an area where you had to be on call or whatever. So for us, how do you store it?
They'll provide. I don't want to go into too much. I don't know.
No. I figured.
Some stuff that will. Let's just put it this way: it's not getting stolen.
So to enlighten you with what we have, because we had an episode of The Rookie where Officer West left his gun at his boyfriend's house. And right, yeah,
that drove me insane.
And so in America, when you're become a police officer and they bless you, and right out of academy, you're given a gun, right, and a badge. And it's at the very least you have a handgun, right? The shotguns are issued to the shift, so those come like in and out of the armory. Some officers, especially a lot of the older guys that like were new to rifles, they just took a city gun because they didn't want to have their own personal rifle to be like liable. Like if you shoot it, like it's a city's rifle, so you just get a new one. Versus like for me, that I if I wanted to be rifle certified, I was too junior for them to give me one to issue. I had to buy my own, so I bought my own rifle that like met the specifications and qualifications. I was just on my own. If I shot it and lost it, they would give me a city rifle, but I wouldn't get that back until like it was not done with evidence or whatever, which took like years if I ever had to use it in line of duty. And then, but I had the only requirement for storage was that I didn't leave it in my car. That was the only requirement
for like kids around it. Okay, in the UK it's slightly different.
Yeah,
they specify you've got children, even though it's in a safe.
Yeah, there was none. Now I have it. You guys can see. I have a safe, but this was not required by my police department. That I got because I just have too many guns, and I have like kiddos that come and hang out, and so I'll lock them away so they can't hurt me. But that's wild.
I mean,
to
in
me.
the UK, if you left it unattended, it's Republic List. You can find it. I'd have to go look for it. There's like actual public policy on it, and essentially the nutshell of it is you have a report written instantly. It has to be written there, and then you've screwed up. Have an investigation. You'll have some form of disciplinary. It can range from like reprimand to outright dismissal from the police force.
No kidding.
Damn.
And usually it lands on the latter, depending on severity of like where it was. Like if I left it in a McDonald's, you're screwed.
Oh, that's different. Yeah, if you left it somewhere that wasn't your house, yeah, you're looking at probably getting fired.
If it's your
I'm with
house,
you. Yeah.
If it's not in the safe, it's your house, and for whatever reason it's become apparent, and it's not caused any harm, you're probably just gonna get a retraining in safety of the firearm.
That's fair. That's pretty similar then, because we've had it to where we had an officer that left their gun. It fell out of their holster because it wasn't secured in the parking lot for the police department. So it's a secured lot, but it's like in the parking lot. And they messed up because a dispatcher was the one that found it. The dispatcher then picked it up, walked it into the dispatch room, and ran it because they, of course, have the ability to run guns. Found out whose it was, and then called the watch commander and was like, "Hey, I have
called the officer."
No, that would have been based, but no, it's not how that happened. Yeah, they called.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, they called the watch commander, and that person did not lose their job, which is wild to me. I was like, "Dude, you left your gun in the parking lot." Like what?
It's a secure area, I get that.
But still, it's secured by a fence.
Someone could. Yeah. It's not like Fort Knox. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Well, and again, we still got guests periodically and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. It's stupid.
Kids on a visit kind of stuff.
I love you all. We will work on footage to get from, if he's willing to come back and subject himself to the internet here. We will allow him to come and speak on it. He is our officer from the other side of the pond. He works. I'm going to say that you work for MI6, and that I'm going to keep making up random stuff. He is a deep state operative. For the Crown, and he has come to demystify the Across the Pond police. Thank you for hanging out with us. Producer Juan for being late, but at least you did arrive, and he came code 3, as his little light would imply. If you'd like to join for after party stuff and all that cool stuff, you can join our Discord. You can do that in 2 different ways, either through Dan, are you a YouTube member or are you a Patreon person?
YouTube.
So YouTube, either go the YouTube route or go the Patreon route. It's as little as $1 a month. It gives you direct access to it. Until then, I love you all. We're going to hop off. I will give you guys a little bit of time in the after party. I have a cigar that needs smoking, so I'll probably hang out with you guys for a little bit.
Oh.
And then
Fancy McGee over
Fancy McGee. I'm going to do it with my gun in my lap in my front yard, because I can do that in America.
Cigarette guns.
That would be hilarious. No, it's not that.
Actually, don't mix it up.
Yeah, don't mix those. Yeah, that
You're
can
gonna
have.
light it with your gun by shooting the tip of the cigar.
I could.
I wonder if it would work. That.
I'd have to shoot a couple times probably.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, you'd get it working eventually.
Either way, thank you everybody
One
that
of the other will happen.
that came and stopped by. Thank you again to Notorious Emu One for helping me out with organizing today's stream, and also for becoming our newest moderator here. She said, "Go armadillo." I do have an armadillo that has a death wish because he's tearing up my yard, and there's nothing but street justice here in the streets of my city. So, anyways. For everybody else, I do love you all. We will be seeing you guys on Thursday, uninterrupted, and we will get a body cam breakdown stream for you guys. Sorry about the audio for today's episode. That is not Juan's fault. That is Boot Megan's fault, because she was supposed to be checking the audio. Clearly, it didn't work, and then Juan stepped in, realized there was an issue, and it fixed it for the rest of it. The rest of them will sound perfectly smooth and wonderful.
That's right.
Ivana,
all the blame rolls downhill.
Exactly. Ivana, thank you for stopping by. He said he needs some milk. But anyways, I'll hang out with you guys on the next one. Thank you for hanging out with us. I will see you after writing 3 Man with us. Peace.
I inserted an ad right at the end there for fun.
Nice. Oh, wow.